Can I scribble on one page in your book? Why?
Hi. Testing and
this is me, Pseudo. Can you hear me?
yes, and this is TeddyTibbers. Can we get a quick check? And I believe you guys can hear us. It might be a bit soft right now, but we're just gonna see how this works out. We're trying to fix this. Just now we did a testing and somehow everything was fine. So let's just move on to this. So for those of you who are not the schedule for this coming Sunday's GPL, it should be shift to Tuesday. So don't worry about that. There'll still be special matches going on, just not on Sunday, but it's just been shift on and move on to Tuesday.
Okay, so very good that we have a little bit soft, so let me adjust that and yeah, that should
And so we're gonna moving on from this before we move on to more of the Garena Premier League stuff. We're gonna go into talking about how this Halloween has been a blessing, I believe, for everyone because
I would say so.
you'll be able to see me in this pink fairy Gragas costume, so to speak. Even though it's a special edition meant for Ellie, Mayarana, blah blah
It's
blah.
Ellie Liliana Marcella Tan.
Yes.
So yeah,
So hopefully she does enjoy the effort we have put in to make this costume happen. As well as you can see, my partner Pseudo is dressed up as
Full Party Six.
I know you all want to see his muscles. You know, we should get him to strip. Most probably that should work as well, I believe.
no muscles there.
You need to be furry, not muscle. You're Zigs.
Exactly.
Right. So definitely, if you guys haven't noticed, I'm swinging my wand a lot because I want you guys to pay attention to this, so you won't look at the pink or
The pink dress.
yeah, the pink dress. Yeah, you know, so at everything else is distracting or poisoning your heads, your minds, or whatever it is out there. Yeah, so just look at this one. Be hypnotized. You will forget everything you've seen today. So as you all has known that for the Proving Ground map, there's actually bonus 50 IP for each game that you have completed so far.
From 8 to 12.
Yes, from 8 to 12 p.m. each day. So I hope you guys enjoy Fiddlestick providing you the extra IP out there for those of you guys who enjoyed the Proving Grounds. And we do see that at night most people will be playing that map as it is really a fun, overall very fun map to play. And so the next thing coming up will be the last man standing tournament. For those of you who joined, we bid you guys good luck as the tournament has just started. And there's going to be a 2,000 Garena Shells prize pool. It's got this competition. Who will be the last man standing this Halloween will last from the 19th to 28th of October. And this, as you mentioned before, this whole event was together in conjunction with the 50 extra IP, so people will be playing the Proving Grounds map, would be training and having fun overall. I bid everyone who has participated so far good luck. And the IP bonus will be from the 4th October until the 21st of October, so you guys still have, well, you consider today as well, 3 days left to get this extra IP all out right there for you guys to grab. So moving back, I hopefully Pseudo's mic has been fixed. He'll be able to speak as well.
Yeah, so with the last man standing now coming to a close, the matches have already begin today, and the first round matches have already beginning to start off. And by next weekend, the 28th will be the finals now. I do know there will be some special thing coming up for the finals. Not only we will be casting it, that's one very interesting thing that will be happening.
Yes.
But as well as there will be a surprise to be out there in conjunction with Halloween. It's going to be a little bit of a trick or treat out there, so it's going to be a surprise to everybody out there who is following out there. So yeah.
So yes, there will definitely be very interesting for all you guys to see. We have a lot of things lined up for you guys. Hopefully you enjoy it. And so right now, moving back to the Garena Premier League, if this is your first time watching it, the Garena Premier League, also known as the GPL, Road to Championship, where it is a 20-round tournament with 40 matches played by every single team out there, total of 6 teams, 5 from Southeast Asia and including Taiwan altogether. And for those of you who do not know, it's a league format, and in the end, whoever the top 3 teams with the most win will have a chance to dish it out to see who will become the GPL champions overall for this season 1.
Yep. And so when we say season 1, there is a season 2 coming up, and that should be coming around next year as well. Now, let's just have a look at the current standings, and we have the 6 teams that are competing for season 1.
Yes.
The 6 teams leading the pack is none other than Taipei Assassins, the world champions, right out there with 30 solid wins and 2 losses, having a very, very permanent spot right up there. And then we also have the Singapore Sentinels with a very strong lead with 26 wins, The third place is being fought over here by Saigon Jokers and the Kuala Lumpur Hunters. Now, the KL Hunters are only 4 wins away from clinching that spot and catching up with Saigon Jokers. And since GPL now is down to its last 4 weeks, it's going to be do or die for them. So yeah, with this do or die moment, we also do see that Manila Eagles and Bangkok Titans is on the leaderboard up there. Everybody has a win. We are ecstatic for definitely Bangkok Titans for now, getting their first win, which was just before the break. We went over the first 2 weeks. So yeah, I think that's really great on side of Bangkok Titans. I know a lot of people have been saying that Bangkok Titans don't deserve to be in here and that they're not good. Well, this is very much on my opinion that it is so clear that we have the world champion team here. We have Singapore Sentinels that did beat out Curse Gaming. We also do have Saigon Jokers that bigged out Dignitas and went to the Worlds. We did see the Manila Eagles were the first ever team to beat out Taipei Assassins in GPL. KL Hunters have been doing a strong showing across the board, taking games from Singapore Sentinels as well as Saigon Jokers repeatedly. It's just that Bangkok Titans is really tough in, I would say, this death bracket. Like, it's just a really tough bracket with really strong teams. So yeah.
Yes. So far the GPL has just been so exciting overall. This is going to be some extraordinary matches for us to watch today as well. TPA will be playing as well as SGS overall. We're going to totally enjoy today's matches. And so for those of you who don't see, he does have a smiley. It is a water bomb right there. I'm praying so hard that it does not burst at all. If not to throw I don't have a cascade as a weapon as the Pink Fairy Gragas, but I do have a magic wand. And I'm not afraid to use it and slap it out of oblivion. Or make it turn into a frog. Yeah. He does have an escape path though. He does have the squeaky quack right there. He's gonna toss it.
I have 2 in fact, I have a smaller one.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna bounce away from all the danger that is right there. Who knows, maybe after the players are watching the stream that see us in this Ziggs and Gragas costume, they're gonna play it out today. It's gonna be a war out there in the mid lane, the AP carries, throwing wands and...
I would love to see a Riot make a Pink Fairy Gragas costume. They could model it exactly over you. I think that would be so amazing.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I actually did not shave for 2 weeks just so that I could look more like Gragas, even though it's black, it's not in brown, reddish color. But I hope you guys enjoy it. So anyway, moving on for the games for today. The first game of the day, we have the Singapore Sentinels against the Manila Eagles. So this is going to be very exciting, as we have mentioned. Singapore Sentinels representing Southeast Asia for the IPL face-off, and MLE, the first team to have beaten TPA. So we're going to see how far they've come so far with SGS new lineup, and how these 2 weeks, after watching the World Championships playoffs, the finals itself, what has changed so much overall for all these 2 teams.
I mean, basically, if you look at these 2 teams and our past history and, casting about this team, we do see that Singapore Sentinels likes to go on very strong, heavy, aggressive plays, dominate early game, and try to go in for the win. Manila Eagles opting for the slightly later game where they are farmed up, where they do have, proper sets of items to go out there before they make really strong showings and winning it. It's interesting to see that these 2 very different sort of personalities of these teams clash up here, and the most indicating factor, the most changing factor is that the World Championship has just come across, and we did see that the games either ended really quickly around the 20 to 30 minute mark, or else it was dragged on to the 45-50 minute mark.
Well, the longest match was actually WEE versus CLG EU, right?
Yes.
The one that got cancelled was like 60-minute mark, was about the end game. And yeah, it did not happen at all. Yes.
Yeah. So for those of you who are joining us as we just reached the 8 o'clock mark, we are doing this for Halloween. So this week and for next week, we will be cosplaying different costumes, that is.
I don't want to call it cosplay because Pink Fairy Gragas does not exist yet, so I'm definitely not cosplay.
So we are doing this for Halloween.
Yes, you're just doing this for Halloween. Something special. I can't pronounce the name again for Ellie, Viviana, Liliana, Tan.
Ellie, Liliana, Marcella Tan.
Marcella, it's Marcella.
That is the caster from Singapore, which is Elliot. I do believe Singapore side should be starting relatively soon, and this is for him. The whole Pink Fairy Gragas came up from there, and I decided, you know what, let's cosplay Pool Party 6 because I think it's a fun thing. Don't you think it's fun? I don't know. I just love my smileys. They're just so cheerful. I can press them, which
But
I
every
have.
time he squeezes on them, I think it's gonna burst, and I need to stay far, far away. This
I
is
think it's
actually a
gonna
very
do that.
thin dress. Water is poured over me. I believe will be everyone watching this stream will just die. Will just
Anyhow,
die.
so this is the costumes we have for this week. So we have Blue Party Ziggs and Pink Fairy Gragas out there. And for next week, the 50 likes will accomplished, and I
Yes.
will be dressed up as Sona.
If you have liked his Facebook page, you have seen we bought him the bra. It's ready in the making right there.
Yeah.
So by the color, if you can guess what costume it is, what skin it is, I think you should be able to get it very easily.
And for next week, we won't tell you exactly what Teddy will be wearing, but I would say it's going to be a very manly.
Now I'm gonna just as Nurse Akali. I will take, JBB's costume that she wore and just take the weapons, take everything, and then
Please,
put the
let my eyes rest, please. So yeah, so this is the reason why we're doing this, and let us know if you think it's fun. Like, if you want to see more or any sort of costumes in the future, we might do it for the last man standing if we get an overwhelming response. I don't know.
I know. So anyway, moving on, we're going to introduce you the players for today. For today, Singapore Centres has the lineup where, if you all have known, the 5 players they have right now, while Tofu Boy is no longer in the picture for now, he is still helping in coaching and think of strategies from the last I heard.
Yeah, but the thing is, because he has gone off a national service to go and serve his country within the army ranks, he is no longer able to play every single match that's going to be out there. Hence, we have Darkness, we have Equivocal, Life 4, Kyling, and Hallelujah out there to, basically go out to the team and come up with a really strong showing. Now, we don't see Chowie, surprisingly, within that whole arrangement there.
No, Chowie will be playing for today. It's just that we haven't fully updated the lineup to what they really want to see happen. And today, Kyling will not be playing. He'll be taking the back seat for this match, and we'll see how it goes for Singapore Sinners with the Lu lineup. Maybe even any new setups they have planned for just this match for today. They're going to definitely make a strong showing out there for all of us. And so moving on, currently in the 5th placing, the Mila Eagles out there. For those of you who don't know them, you all should have known about Kaigu. Definitely, Kaigu is the AP carry. He has played phenomenally well, so out throughout GPL, and he has been the main carry for the team, I believe. And of course, not to forget, when it comes to the AD carry VYY at the same time, he does tend to fall short maybe in the early games. Sometimes he falls to gangs early, but he does not give up. He slowly farms up, and the end game he's still a force to be reckoned with that everyone should be afraid of. And today we have Snoy as well, most probably going to play the top lane with Rabanga playing the support, I believe, as well as Misery, who will be playing the jungle for today's matches. So this is going to be a very exciting match for us. And while for today's, I think maybe Singapore Centres might be trying something different again. They tried to do they most probably so far I've seen maybe more of a counter strategy sometimes.
Yeah, I would say so.
After the
right,
change of lineup. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see whether any of them, how they decide to engage in the early phase of the wards, the counter jungling, all those things will just be so exciting to see for today's matches, I believe.
Yes.
And a few things to mention about Singapore Sinners would be the key winning factor for them right now is actually Chawi.
Indeed, I mean, they definitely will build team compositions around Chawi. They want to protect him. They want to let him carry the team to whatever extent he could possibly be to victory at best. Now, it's going to be interesting because we do see that on the side of Manila Eagles, it is not so one-person centric. It is more spread over the team. And this could be either the amazing success of Singapore Sentinels or the downfall. If they are able to, protect Chawi and Chawi gets all the kills along the way, strong showing, excellent play there. However, if Chawi gets caught out, if they do not protect Chawi enough, I see disaster looming in the future.
And yes, for those of you who don't know, Chawi has actually become quite famous as well in the Taiwan servers, I would say. They did a specific interview for him. Overall, they've seen him perform in the GPL. As well, he has been playing and training together with the other players of SGS there. And, they made a special interview for him, and they even took his picture where people are asking, does he actually look like that in real life? All the muscles. Muscles.
muscles.
Right there. So right now we're just gonna wait for the game to begin. Everything is ready, and so far there are no problems at all. Hopefully, if you guys are hearing anything, any delays, anything, just let us know. I'll do our best to fix it as soon as possible. So, what do you think? Are you just gonna support SGS?
Of course. I think that, SGS has done a really strong showing in the past already. They know what they have to do. As a team, they have gone international. They have, seen many things. I mean, even our analysts came up with the ratios of 1 to 4, with Singapore Sentinels, having a ratio, the more
Dominant team, stronger team, so to speak.
I would say the more winning, expected one to win.
Expect one to win.
But we shall see as to what's going to actually happen. The Manila Eagles possibly could come back in this. I'm a little bit worried if they aren't able to protect Charlie. But let's go into the champion select right now, and we can see as how it all unfolds.
Right there. So the champion selection has been on. Champion selection, yeah. I was like, I don't know. I was like, I almost say something wrong. So you can see right now, wow, these bands a bit different from we do see. I mean, just for one, two actually. The second and third band. Okay, the first band for Rengar, that is common.
Yes.
But then right now we see this kind of so if you guys just want to see the World Championship, this kind is one of the major factors for some of the teams to be winning overall. So it's really interesting to see who is supposed to be the reason why there's Garena as well, made a very strong showing throughout this season as well.
So that's been happening. So sorry about that, which we'll try to fix it out at the moment. But yeah, so as the first picked up is going to be on Azrael.
Yes, the first pickup for SGS is actually Azrael. And right now, we are trying to fix. Apparently, the in-game sounds a bit too loud. We're trying to fix it right now. Hopefully, right now it's been softened after the 10 seconds delay, so to speak.
Okay. Yeah.
And apparently not. So right now, we're just gonna do a very quick solution onto this, and then it should be fine. So right now, as for the picks on for Manila Eagles side, it's actually going to be Corky and Sona, a very strong poke composition
I
for
would
the
prefer
bottom lane.
Leona, to be honest, but I'm pretty happy with Sona as well. So yeah, I like the fact that Corky does deal a little bit of true damage, does have the escape. Now Sona can provide the extra mobility around there. I prefer Leona actually better. Like recently, Leona has been doing a stronger showing.
No.
I would say so because of her multiple stuns. Now, Leona is one indirect counter to Sona, because Sona does have mobility and her Q, her power chord, her Hymn of Valor power chord is really strong. But Leona, with the additional increase in armor and magic resist, counters that along the way. So if your timing is right, you actually can prevent the absurd amount of damage being done.
Not really at the same time. It really depends on how well the range of the both supports are at the point of time. Because if Leona just dive onto Sona, Corky and Sona's burst will be much higher than Azrael and Leona, so to speak.
Indeed.
In terms of, they just aim the AD carry after that.
Yes.
Yes. It might be a trade kill where Sona dies, but then Corky will kill Azrael. And it will come out in the favor of Manila Eagles from that trade. So
But I like the fact that Maokai has been taken up as well. Now Maokai does have damage reduction there on his ultimate being thrown down. The Vengeful Maelstrom. It's interesting to see if Manila Eagles will pick up Fiddlesticks or not. I don't believe. Oh, it's not going to be a Fiddlesticks. Could this be a Stanley Idali?
Stanley Dali.
Stanley Idali. That's what it's going to be.
And you can see Maokai is also one of the stronger junglers in the game right now in the early stages.
You must stop playing with it.
Oh, I'm trying to distract you guys from looking at me, you know.
The people want to see your wonderful costume. Let's show him all this extra cleavage that we have. Yes, I like this. Oh look, Shogath and Anivia as well. This is a lot of disruption coming in for the side of Singapore Sentinels, even with
Jax.
Jack.
Gonna change the Jax. I mean, I wouldn't say not only for it was a Shogath, not only disruption, but mainly the tankiness overall. Anivia being able to revive, and then with Maokai's ultimate right there, and also at the same time Shogath just with his feast, eating the minions, eating the champions out there, going to become so fat, so big overall in the size. going to be so much tankier. But I believe they will lose out a bit of damage output, and that's why they opt to change to Jax, in my opinion.
I like Jax because Jax, if you look at things, we have gap closers in terms of Ezreal, Leona, Maokai, and Jax. And I like that a lot. So they are able to catch up with enemies to lunge in front in case they need to. But they can also flash back, or they can actually jump back to help out Anivia if she is behind. Like, in terms, so I like this fact that we did talk about you're centered a lot around Chowie, and I think this spin composition will actually do really, really well. On the side of Manila Eagles, we do see that Nidalee can farm up like a boss.
Yes.
Is able to heal up herself, so like counter strikes from Jax and things like that will be able to mitigate it a little bit. But I like Zyra. I think Zyra's a good pick. Oh, but Tarek? Wait, what's going on here?
They're just throwing around the last 30 seconds. But overall, if you see, Nidalee is a strong pick overall, so to speak. But as mentioned, before level 5, she really is very susceptible to ganks. And then Maokai really just has that ability to definitely land the gang onto her and kill her together with Jax stun, both CCs out right there. And here we see a very funny last pick for Kaigu. Kaigu seemingly uncertain of what he wants, and it's actually going to be Katarina. Oh, is there a bug out there?
Katarina, perhaps she wants to gap close. I don't know.
I mean, overall, if the Sona ulti lands, the Skarner ulti lands, it's not enough for Katarina's spin to win, so to speak, the ultimate.
Yeah, the Death Lotus. I am not sure about the Katarina pick, to be honest. It's a lot of squishies on the side of Manila Eagles, not huge amounts of health pools there. But I'm guessing they're trying to go for early game dominance instead. If Katarina can start to snowball, that would be pretty interesting. Now her bouncing blades into a Death Lotus can easily bring down Chowie if Chowie's stun does not land. Also, the additional Sharmpo will get her out of sticky situations. So, I don't know about this. I do like the fact that Nidalee does have the teleport. On the side of Singapore Sentinels, they do not have the teleport. So, I'm looking at early dragons here. I'm expecting a dragon.
Change to exhaust.
Oh no.
The last second.
I was just about to say that, possibly they could have it, yeah.
Nidalee doesn't really need teleport to speed push. She just needs to have a few wards, a few traps out there, and then she'll be able to jump around and totally farm up everywhere on the map. So let's just take a look at Chowie's AP mid runes. Let's going to see what he has prepared for us for today. Is it going to be something unorthodox or just something very regular? And here we see... Oh, it's a slight bug. Yeah, let's go back. And here we see nothing out of the ordinary right now. More AP champions currently, they opt to go for the magic resist instead of the extra ability power per level right now. One more sustainability in the lane.
Yeah.
Like when they trade hits, they won't take up so much damage.
Indeed. Yeah, for the side of Chowie now, no problem here. We do see that it's pretty interesting to see what exactly can be done. Now, even if the masteries, I'm getting, it's going to be pretty much simple. It's going to be 2109 out there, so it's great. Now, I want to see what is Katrina's actually going to be running. Is she worried about many things now? On the side of runes, we do see magic penetration, movement speed, and AP per level. Now, the majority of things are all AP per level, so that's going to be pretty interesting to see there.
It's going for a very high burst overall as Katarina. It's going to be very interesting to see how well this play off, as she's not tanky at all. If she does get ganked without magic resist, Maokai is going to be able to do a lot of damage. The combination of Anivia, we're just going to see how well she escapes from all these things if she does get ganked in the early stages. And for the Mastery side, also very offensive. Some Katarinas will opt for 921 instead of 21-9, and we're going to see how well Kaigu plays this off by being just aggressive or maybe being in the face of Anivia before she reaches 6 trading hits.
I don't think that's going to be the case now, especially with the additional movement speed for the Katrina side. I'm going to see a roaming Katrina, that's for sure.
Definitely. And so, as we're going to move into the game very quickly, Manila Eagles, please don't fail me. Your champion selection seems a bit weird. in terms of the team fight, if they're able to pull away Jax and the 4-4 comes out in mid, and then Jax and Nidali 1-on-1, it's gonna be very hard to say who will win, definitely. Because Nidali does have the extra mobility and damage and heal. She can just juke around, doesn't need to trade hits 1v1 automatically all the time. And then the mid is gonna be quite hard to push in actually. They have the Anivia War and also the Anivia Ultimate. And they don't have anything that is actually that long range of a poke except for Corki's ultimate as well as Nidali's spear. And I don't think Nidali is going to play a pure AP build. That would be a bit odd overall.
No, but
would say.
what I think is really interesting to note is that it's going to come down to who dies first in the mid lane. If Katrina can't get the kill in the mid lane first, it would assist out because now Anivia cannot be that aggressive because her egg is used up already. Katrina can now start moving to other lanes and start ganking because Anivia cannot instant destroy lanes, you know, and destroy creep waves pre-6. So she will be able to go out and assist now. It could be 4-man ganks to the bottom to assist out, you know, Corki at the bottom. With Sona there, they increase mobility, they increase poke, like you said, the burst bringing down. There's a lot of things, but we'll find out now if that's going to be possible as we see SGS versus Manila Eagles moving into game now.
Yes, moving to game right now. So right now, as usual, all the pro teams out there, they very quickly, just within 5 seconds of the game start, they already bought the items, already moving out because it's very important for them to set up overall how they're going to land their counter gankings as well as everything else overall. So we're going to see right now, Night Eagles might be moving on to stinging the blue right there. Nidali putting a trap, so now going to check the mid, see who is there. And right now they move up to the top lane brush, and soon, most probably when the timing is right, they will move down to the blue. And here we see Leona going to plant the ward maybe? Not sure, but here we see Sona already planting a ward, going to guard their own blue right there. Sona walking. Seemingly, I don't think she has seen the oh, I think she did see Leona just now below the cliff, and that's why the great pings are all going down. So we're gonna see where this is gonna end up into a fight. The wards are planted. Oh, it's a sapling and a ward planter right there.
I think that's they just want to make sure that everything's happening, but I like that Nidalee trap. They know exactly where Jax is, they know what they tried to do, and I think that's definitely a really good play on the side of Snoy there now. As much as I know you love Stanley and what Stanley does, and his plays are really, really good, I actually do give huge props to Snoy. He has come in recently, and he has made a huge showing on what he definitely can do on top. And I want to see what's going to happen in the future there with him. So, yeah.
I see VYP going back to the base is going to go into lane, not going to lose the level CS, and here Leona and as you're safely doing the double golems, getting some extra EXP, and here it's going to be a 3v4 situation where we're just going to see MLE waiting for the crash situation, the 1 minute and 55 second mark, as he's going to just close the map by a bit. You can see the SGS does not stay until so late into it, and here you can see it's going to be a possible steal right there. Nope.
Katrina did get it.
Katrina did get it, and there goes the first blood right there. Very well played, and now Maokai is going to fall behind as he is very blue reliant. I mean, in comparison,
he is very mana reliant, as well as his cooldowns help him out greatly. And I get to hug my little friend today, Singapore Sentinels. Well, it was a great play on the side of Manila Eagles. Now Katrina with blue, all that extra spam should be able to dish out against. Now it looks like Katrina is going out there to help Skarner leash it out. So it doesn't deal all that much damage. And I think this is a good start for Manila Eagles.
Definitely a good start for Manila Eagles. As well, they've secured both blue buffs just in 3 minutes, I would say. And we can see that Katarina, you know, she does not need a blue buff at all, but it does help her out in terms of how much she can spam. You can see there right now, she's just going to spam as much as she can, deny Anivia any farm in the mid lane. And she's only going to be able to snowball up much more faster and quicker.
I mean, that is very, very true. And so this is like the negation onto Trowy here. Anivia is a champion that requires mana. Oh, look at that stun, VYY. Yikes, he poked out. It's a little bit strange that on the side of Singapore Sentinels, Lifo was not exactly in perfect position to continuously throw out his spells and to, you know, deal extra damage.
He didn't really want to dive in too quickly because he was afraid that someone might poke him. But Sona actually, I think she panicked she did the Hymn of Valor and then the power chord onto Leona, and they did like no damage.
Almost no damage, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a little bit shocking, to be honest.
And so
Yeah.
right now we're gonna take a look at Maokai. We can see that he is at level 3, but without the blue buff, he does not really have that much mana. He's gonna have to be able to play very safely in order to land this game properly. And here we see Snowy does spot him just at the same time he went out to plant the trap, and Hallelujahs will fall back. Nope, he actually plants an early ward, the spot Skarner, the double buff right there, and forcing Ikuruka to play a bit more safe right now. And here we see a roaming support right there, Darkness Viola going onto the mid lane, going to try. Oh wow.
Oh, nice flash.
Nice flash right there.
Indeed, like the flash was not even in a straight line. The flash was across the wall, slightly adjacent, so if Leona even did throw out her lance, she would not have been able to get it now. It's something that actually Teddy and I had been talking about earlier before, whether roaming supports are really, really great, and I was in the opinion that Leona was pretty good. We shall see if that happens. Oh, look at that, BYY getting caught out once again, Valkyrie across, and Darkness not taking much damage whatsoever because of having the... I can't remember what's his name of that skill.
Help you out. See, let me just go over, and it's called Eclipse.
It's called Eclipse. Extra magic resist, extra armor out there. I mean, it's great overall, to be honest.
Definitely. So you can see here, right now top lane, just because of the early first bird, Snowy is at a bit of advantage. He did get to level 2 earlier, and right now he's level 5 against Ikuruko's level 4. So just a bit higher up on the CS overall, but not that much. I mean, SGS still has a very high possibility of coming back. The first bird doesn't mean the end of the game, and somehow the first bird ends up with everyone forcing the whole other team to teleport back to base, to recall back to base to heal up. And yes, you can stop playing with the balloons. It's very distracting. And here we see a gang happening at bot lane. Misery rushing in onto Leona. They do spot Hallelujah, so it's going to fall back. Going to be a bit safe because BYY was not in position. But if all three of them were there, I believe that the 3v3 fight with Skarner with the double buff, they definitely could have win it.
They definitely could have won it out there. I mean, Skarner already did have his Qs charged up, so he would have continuously be dealing extra slow damage. So that's one thing he already had going up ahead. Now, it's interesting to note that Manila Eagles has already warded the side of Singapore Sentinels jungle, where their Wraith camp is, and Skarner is just playing around there. Now, he did take the Wraiths already. He could possibly do a dive onto Anivia, but I don't think so that will actually be happening now. I do like the fact that Singapore Sentinels is pinging to know that Skarner is around
That's not Singapore Sentinels, that is by MLE, by the way. It's a red ping, it's not a blue ping.
It was a blue one, darling.
It was a red ping.
It's okay, Pink Fairy Grogus is always right.
Yes, thank you so much.
Just hide.
Yes, high with your balloons and toys. And here we see Kaiku once again being caught because he doesn't have the flash. Very great Shunpo right there. And here we see Hallelujah flashing into Silver down. And
Nice job. Singapore Sentinels.
bomb! But they do waste 2 flashes to get the kill onto
I think it was worth it because if
Garena.
you do look at the CS now, Anivia, who did not have the blue buff, is still 45 CS and Katrina's only 37. She's going to lose out a little bit more on CS now. And Anivia, look at that, going up to help, and looks like Snowy will be going down as well. The flashes.
Juice and the kill up there. Wow, burning another ignite right there. Wow.
But Chowdy, once again, getting the kill. This is exactly what Singapore Sentinels want. This is exactly how it's playing into their gameplay of make Chowi as fed as possible and let him carry the game all the way through. I mean, look at things now. Anivia has 1 kill, 1 assist, 45 CS ahead of Katrina. And as Anivia goes back, the itemization is going to go up there. And she's going to come back with a Chalice of Harmony, I believe.
Maybe at least we do not know. And we
Indeed,
do
Chalice of Harmony, it makes sense because she can start spamming away here and just not enough to get a Catalyst, not just yet. Opting to get wards and also pots out there just to make sure that she can ward up, be a little bit extra safe since Katrina does have the extra mobility and moving around. I'm not sure, to be honest, about all these Leona engagements. It's actually going to come back to bite her in the you-know-where. Simply because, like you said, the burst is being brought out there. Now, Leona does not have an innate heal, so every time she does this and not enough damage is being dealt onto Corki, if Lifo cannot carry forth and, deal the damage, it's going to hurt them all that much more.
Yes, definitely. As Corki is able to dish out more aggression and damage onto Ezreal and do trade hits in the early stages. And as well as I believe that SGS is just trying to poke out BYY as much as possible. And they think that Leona will be tanky enough with the Eclipse, but it's not working out so much into their favor at this point of time. So we're just going to see how well they do this overall. So here we see right now the other blue is coming out, and then because MLE did not pick a mana reliant jungle, so they could give the blue buff to Skarner right there, and Skarner's going to be able to clear the quick race much faster and come out from his jungle much quicker overall. So we're going to see how well this play off. MLE right now falling short just by a bit, just by that 1 kill goal difference. We can see 400 right there with the assist add on to it. Overall CS, both teams are not doing bad so far.
I mean, it's only 9 minutes into the game, so no significant plays has been done yet. There have been a few kills here and there, but what I want to note that is that look at the strategies being used and look at how well it's actually being done. Now, for the side of Singapore Sentinels, Chowi does have that kills. He does have the CS right there, and the later the game gets pulled, the stronger Anivia will become. Anivia with a Team's Unholy Grail, Rabadon's Death Cap, and a GA is ridiculous.
Definitely.
It's just ridiculous.
The overall damage being dealt out as well as tankiness and survivability really makes her one of the top AP champions, so to speak, in terms of dealing out damage, but not only just pure damage, but also damage over time with the ultimate overall. So we're just going to see how this plays out, because we did see that Anivia was winning the CS by quite a bit, but Katarina has actually catch up quite quickly, and she does have the GP5 right there. She has a cage lucky pick, and you're going to see maybe SGS actually going to go for an early Dragons, or they're going to just go for a normal gank, but I think they want to try to gank the lane, but they saw that Koke and Saul were just playing very safe and just froze the lane right there, so they couldn't go in for the
I
opportunity.
mean, it's a wise thing for Manila Eagles to freeze the lane. They don't want to try anything. Oh, I don't know about that, Rabanga. The moment the power cord went out, he should have instant flashed and gone for it instead of waiting for like a 0.5 second before deciding to flash. That would not actually go in their favor, but Sona's ultimate cooldown does have a 70 over second. On top there, look at Snoy trading with EP Vocal now. Looks like Snoy might go down with this, but no, not deciding to chase all the way into the turret range. The heal does go by needling the second heal. And Katrina is coming out there possibly for a kill on the Singapore Sentinels. Will Jax actually notice this in time?
No, it's not ordered. And here, there goes the dive in. Here we see
Indeed, the
team
kill.
to win by Katarina, and do take the kill right there. A very well played, baited out right there. Iki Walker seeing that Nidalee jump onto him, knowing that he will be able to get the kill, that's why he fought back. But
he did not notice that Katrina was missing. The MS was not called by mid lane because Anivia was not in the mid lane. She was back in base, walking back to that. So yeah.
I mean, I would say it was a miscall to MS. Maybe I think he just didn't expect that to happen. Sometimes, you know, I mean, this is one thing that top players say. I mean, this is what Tofu, I had a talk with Tofu before I went to Singapore. He do mention that, you know, if the top lane tries to let you kill him, there's 120% that there's a gank or something else waiting for you right there. They're just trying to bait you into being over aggressive, and then you're gonna fall out and lose in the end, and that is what happened right there. Yeah, we saw that Jax, he got aggressive because he did get the early death in the early stage. He wants to get back on the kill, get back on the extra money, as he's still losing on CS so far.
So far by a little bit.
I mean, so far just by a little bit, but I mean, he just wanted
Skarner's
to get
coming
back
in.
the aggression. And here we see Skarner going in,
The flash does go off now. Leona gets
off.
caught out, and that's be the end of it.
Yeah, but he put Leona instead of Ezreal.
Yeah, because they were both together. Either he just clicked one of them and hoping to get either one. So, I mean, a kill is a kill. It would be great if it was the AD carry, but it wasn't. But this Oracles on Manila Eagles side, Skarner will be able to do what? Deny extra vision out there, and just look at Kaigo trading away with Chowi. The Catalyst will assist Chowi out there, and like I said, it's all about dragging this out for Singapore Sentinels to the late game. The Chowi is fed enough, and then we can see what happens. If Manila Eagles does not start pushing, does not start being aggressive and taking major objectives like towers, it's not going to go in their favor. Now, we also do know that Dragon has not been taken yet, so...
I mean, even if it does drag on to the late game, overall, it will be fine because they do have Nidalee. They still can portray the speed push strategy. He might be about that. You see again going on to top here. Maokai jumping in with the root, the slow coming up, but Snoy being Nidalee in the brush is going to walk so much faster and just going to leap away one more time, and she is going to be safe right there. And this is why when you must gank Nidalee pre-6 definitely, but once she reaches level 6, it's going to be so hard to kill her.
Especially with brushes around. I mean, there's no point chasing her within the jungle range. It's just pointless. She will turn into a cougar form within her element and, you know, jump around everywhere so that
she can together with the passive, she walks much faster in the brush. So overall, that's why Nidalee is such a strong champion. We can see right here, oh, then diving onto Kaigu. Kaigu does flash away. The ward does spot Leona. He's forced to use the flash, that's why. And that's very well ward placement, very well map awareness. Most players will not notice it even though it has been warded because it's quite far. And you will be panicking because you'll be rooted, you'll be deciding, okay, what's my next step? Yeah, but Kaigu, he saw it happen, instantly flash, in safe distance.
Calm.
That's cool and calm.
No
Like you,
problem.
cool and calm, maybe. No, okay, maybe not the calm part because you're playing your balloons and your toys all around. Anyway, moving on back into the game, here we can see with the trip, so the favor in terms of gold, even though it's just 1k, but you can see all these things slowly shifting onto the side of Malay Eagles because Skarner still has the Orcas.
Indeed, with every ward he takes down, it helps Malay Eagles go a little bit further. Now his flash is not up again, but oh, look at that slow, nice stun there by Leona. Once again, Rabenga missing Crescendo.
I would say doing a bad job as a Solar. I mean, if you miss once, I say it's fine.
It
It
happens.
happens, yeah.
It happens,
But
yeah.
this time was just
This was just
miss.
this was not close.
This was not close at all. The other one was a flash ulti. It was a bit slow, but still the timing was correct. If he didn't flash out, she would definitely be able to get it. And moving on, we can see here there is Snoy just going to be a boss, going to try to take down the tower and going to put this split push strategy into maximum potential and use, so to speak. We see Jax with a Phage, Ninja Tabi, and Vampiric Scepter. But we can see on the side Nidalee with the Phage as well as the Chairs of Harmony, she does not need to return to the base at all so far.
That is very true. Continuously being able to harass it out now. Rod of Ages looks like it's going to be completed soon as well. The blasting wand is already there. The blasting wand for the side of Pink Fairy Dragon.
I'll blast you away soon. Anyway, moving on back to the game. Here we see another game on, but it's gonna fall. It's gonna be a failure. Nothing happens right there.
It's gonna be a failure. Leona missed her Zenith Blade, so that didn't go well at all. If the Zenith Blade did land, perhaps Maokai could have done an additional route onto it, but that did not happen. So it's a little bit sad now. I do like the fact that the lanes are being frozen. Hockey is trying to be safe with
And
Leona.
not only that, we can see a 3-man gang going on to Jax if go without any mana anymore. Not gonna be able to straight away. Here Katarina comes in to secure the kill. And right now they're just gonna move on to the tower. And we can see right now, because of Skarner's Oracle, we can see the ward is actually also at the same time fully warded. No cracking allowed. And you can see her Snoy gonna move on to the second tower instantly, being Nidalee. Is like,
oh, but look at this.
Gonna scratch everything to death, just waiting for the wave to come.
No, but look, Dragon immediately now being responded by the Singapore Sentinels. Now, the Vengeful Maelstrom will prevent additional damage from being taken. It looks like Malay Eagles will not be able to react in time, and this will go to the favor of Singapore Sentinels. I like that.
There's a definite thing, but we can see this tower is actually going to go down to quarter or half health. Just because
oh, look at this, possibly getting caught out there once again, but no, they managed to get away with things. No, the tower did not even go down to a quarter health. You can actually double check that.
Okay, definitely not a quarter health, but I mean, if Nidalee had a bit more damage, but she hasn't gone back for quite some time.
That is true. It possibly has happened now. I like the fact that Chalice of Harmony has been brought onto Nidalee. She will be able to sustain even more now. Chalice of Harmony just means that she can continuously heal up herself with her heals. She can continuously start bouncing around and deal tons and tons of damage.
Hallelujah, I already have the Oracle, but gonna get caught? Nope. Karitana gonna be off to be safe. It's not good to die by Nivea, definitely. So we're gonna see Hallelujah with his Oracle, how much he can do. Let's just take a look at the map awareness. Right now we can see here, this is just
That's what Singapore Sentinels can see.
This is what Singapore Sentinels can see. And this is what MLE can see overall.
A lot more
pure
side. Yep.
domination of the map currently, however they need it. And see, Jax does not even dare to push out too far because there's no wall. Here we see Darkness being caught by the Skarner ultimate, not gonna be able to do anything, and there she goes.
No.
GG right there, yes.
Singapore Sentinels.
MLE just might come above and be able to beat down Singapore Sentinels. We can see that the lineup choice in terms of overall, maybe if the team fight is forced to happen, definitely I believe the SGS will have a higher advantage depending on how it engages.
It's only a matter of time before their composition shines.
But it will not happen actually.
Yeah.
Because right now we can see Snoy as Nidalee is continuously dominating the top lane like a boss.
It's pressuring.
Yeah, it's pressuring.
I wouldn't say dominating.
I mean, I would say but against the Jax who is 2 deaths, I mean overall CS is about the same, but in terms of getting the tower, he will dominate the lane in terms of the fight right now as well, I believe. If they do fight. Because
if they do fight, the trades definitely will go half and half, and most likely because of the heals, it could go in favor. But look, Maokai is coming on top. The ward does get spotted out there. Destroyed. Will he actually see
But this is fine. See, you have a brush. And see, Snow is actually going to go back and to poke, and he's going to try to kill Hallelujah, baby. And the face does pop right there. Hallelujah is forced to fall back, and Jace does not fall out with the chase because he's not warded. Misery going to catch on to Chawi, and he's going to force a flash away right there. Not want to drop his orcas, and we can see Nelly coming up on the side to help, and they are just going to fall back. It's actually, he already did come with the spear, but it was Katarina that was there in the brush. I saw it wrongly. I thought both of them were there waiting because I just saw the spear fly through. I thought they were both there. So here we see once again Snoy going back to the top lane, just gonna poke and poke, gonna win with the range. And you see if he did dodge it. You see if Coco used Leap Strike first and Counter Strike, he's not gonna be able to catch up in Dali's pounce. And here we can see he is changing back from the Koga form.
But I like this. Singapore Sentinels now starting to take out the mid turret, not bring it all the way down, but within this creep wave coming in here, they should be able to take it, so they should be able to catch up in turret.
We see them get going on, double stuns, but the exhaust goes off and she just leap away, no problem at all. Just need to use an exhaust to make sure not too much damage it's dealt and the ignite will take her down.
I mean, with the challenge of Harmony, her mana is constantly going up there again, so if they do decide to dive her once again, look, indeed, heal up, no problem there. The Mercury Threads as well does assist in a lot of ways for Nidalee there, so I do like that. Nice wards on the side of Singapore Sentinels, putting a pink ward just to see what's going to happen.
Here we see Snowy going to be taken down. Flash Space is going to be able to heal himself, so yes, there goes the heal. And Jax is going to leave
nice.
Finally getting the right there. Very well played overall by
for every kill that Singapore Sentinels
Here
gives.
we see Misery going to be going to be caught off. The Ignite goes out, Slow goes out. They're going to lose the Orca right here. He pulls away Darkness right there. Soda comes in for the heal. Clutch, but the Ignite right there. The last second Ignite right there. By Darkness, not by Chawi, I believe, because Chawi used it initially first. Secured the kill and the Orca right there. Job well done.
Go, Singapore Sentinels.
MLB still has the advantage right now.
A minor advantage, it is 1k of a difference.
Doesn't matter.
Me and Ducky say otherwise.
Okay, and so it's okay, but blasting one is still bigger. It's cost 860 gold right there. And here we're going to see the bottom tower most probably be taken down. SGS does take the mid tower down for their side. Now we're going to move on to the blue buff of MLE. MLE does not respond to it. Katarina does not even opt to go and take a look. The ping finally goes down. They do know that
because Karna's a little bit further away. If she did go there with the fact that Leona and Anivia is there, that's a lot of stuns that Katarina doesn't want to get caught in.
Oh, she doesn't have a ward. I would say that, if she does have a ward, she could walk in the brush and check and just pull out. But yeah, she did not have a ward right there, so that would be the same.
Oh, the sun does go down, in fact. Nice prediction there on the side of Chawi. The top Jax is pushing away their equivocal, trying to bring down the turret, slowly bringing it down. I do like the fact that that's happening. Sheen, however, being bought by Nidalee, that tons of damage. That's frequency.
It's frequency. And Jax does have a Trinity Force overall throughout the trades, doing a very good job holding up. So we're gonna see how well this two play off. And we can see Maokai with the boost of mobility with double GP5 soon to build the AGs, just walking around dewarding, now taking over the job of Misery right there with who has just bought another Oracus. We can see right now on terms of the ward on site, here is what Singapore Sentinels can see. It is a lot. And here you're going to see Rebanga get caught out.
Oh, Rebanga.
They're going to be forced to push back. It's going to be a dark side. Wow, BYY being a bit too aggressive. Oh, the stun barely
misses out there. I mean, it was great on the side of Manila Eagles, and it was a great chance by the side of Singapore Sentinels as well. Now, we do see that it's going to be, it looks like as if it's going to be a 4-on-4 fight at the bottom, but Chawi is really starting to go back. If Chawi does actually go back now, Dragon is up at the same time, so Dragon possibly could be taken. This is a tense moment now. If this team fight does occur, and it goes into any one of the favors, now there's going to be a huge advantage.
Right now, because MLE were all in position, they're just going to slowly deward, and right now we're going to starve SGS off the side of what's happening at the Dragon overall. Might be able to force a fight there into their favor, but we can see that, Snow actually moving, although just planting traps. I thought it's going to move down to take the Dragon, but just planting traps is just going to continue pushing the top lane, which is really what he should be doing. Because if Maokai and Jax do choose to jump onto him, then MLE will still be able to take the Dragon.
Indeed. But looks like the four of them are once again centered around the Dragon there. They're doing the dance of making sure that what's happening there. The wards are going down. I like the fact that there is a pink ward, there's an Oracle there, and They can see exactly what's happening at Dragon. It looks like they will be taking it at the same time where Equivocal is trying to make something happen against Snoy. Now the Ignite does for preventing that heal, so there was only a half heal there, but still highly in favor of Snoy. And at the bottom,
The Dragon.
taking Dragon, uncontested.
But I would say there's actually a bad play by Snoy because the pounce scroll is actually very fast. He did not need to change back to Hume Home so quickly. Actually, after he pounced once, you could actually just continue walking forward and pounce one more time and Jax will be able to chase up. Here we see again going on. Skarner just pulling the Sota ulti goes out and miss. Oh, and not misery, but Douglas charges in to try to save his AD carry, but it was a 3v2 situation. All the seasons being pounced out. It's not going to be favorable, and here Douglas is definitely going to go down. There's nowhere for him to run. Hockey just needs to do a face proc, and there it is, landing the kill right there. And it's going to be, and
It's
he
okay.
is on a rampage right there, going out soon to finish up his last Whispers as well on to VYY. Here we see, actually after forcing Snoy to go away, when the kills were happening at bottom, SGS responded instantly and pushed top instead. So they're going to take a second the tower right there. Here we see the flash stun going in, but it's going to miss Misery, going to slow them down, going to trade hits right there. The stun goes down and it does that on
Enough there.
Spectre comes in, going to force the fall back, and she does not have enough damage right now, and they're both also tanky, and Maokai's ulti was up, so if she did shoot to speed,
Oh, the stun does go off again. Now Chow is being really aggressive here, and this is what we're doing. The Vengeful Maelstrom is preventing the additional damage being done out there. Anivia creating another negative zone by putting down her ultimate there, damaging people along the way. So all around, I think that's a very scary combination, to be honest. We have Jax that could stun, we can have Maokai that can root you down within the Anivia ultimate itself. So great job there at Singapore Sentinels taking down 2 of the turrets, so that now the top lane is actually in favor of Singapore Sentinels, no longer in favor of Manila Eagles entirely.
yes, definitely. And here we see Jax moving on to his Bilge Water Cutlass soon to make a, well, revolver, gunblade, maybe?
I would say a gunblade.
I mean, he doesn't really need it in the early stage. The sustain from his normal hits is going to be high enough. And here we see a gang. A fight
Oh,
going
shall we
on.
force to flash?
Right there.
I like the fact that they are forcing Chawi now to flash, so if a team fight does erupt, Chawi will not be able to do any sort of crazy stunts. He will be forced to play safe, but he still does have his egg up. So
Yep. And here we see MLE going to try to push down the mid lane while Snoy, as we mentioned, this is just the strategy. We have Nidali, all you need to do is split push. Just drag just drag a few people to you, and you have, even though if you overextend too far, it does not really matter. Here we see
oh,
once
why
a
did Darkness
day,
decide to go in?
Darkness decides to send it blade into VYY like a boss. Not sure why he's making these calls so far. They haven't been proving that well coordinated with his team. He does land the second
It was
blade,
not
but like
coordinated whatsoever. Anivia was not in position to land the secondary stun or two things. I don't know what's happening here on the side of Singapore Sentinels. A little bit of miscommunication going up and down, but they're not out of it yet. They are
everything's my
3PA
favor.
only.
They're out of it. They're totally out of it. Is it my favor? I'm gonna win
Ducky
this.
says no.
Okay, no speaking. But it means he agreed with me instead. He didn't speak. Anyway, so you can see, oh, actually gonna give the blue buff onto Corki. It's actually quite a good decision, so that his ultimate does cool out much faster as well as overall skills to spam out. It does do a lot of damage even in the late game onto squishies. And here we're gonna see how well it plays off. You can see Jax instead gonna be aggressive, gonna push all the way onto the top lane even though he has no wards or sight. Oh, they do see that mostly in the mid, all popping up right there, up and off. So he does know he is a bit safe. And here's Snoy going back to top, going to farm up back the CS that was pushed. And it's going to be, and they do see Maokai de-warding right there, and they know that Jax might be moving into the mid lane. Hopefully they do realize that. And yup, he is right there. Do not, please MLE, do not do anything crazy. All you need to do is just slowly put. You can see here right now, Sona. Oh, being caught. No, but
Nice, I like that flash.
and a great flash, good response right there, dodging everything. The opponent team
If
moving on.
Sona did not flash, that would be end of her in a matter of seconds.
But now that Sona does not have Crescendo, SGS is in their favor to force the team fight into happening.
They are in a very commanding position now here. It's very interesting to note that Skarner's ulti is just not up yet. It's almost there, but they don't really have the creep wave support to be pushing out at this turret. They don't really have a poke composition all that well, to be honest. The poke on the side of Manila Eagles is a little bit stronger. The stun does go off, preventing Snoy from advancing, but not for long.
You can see once again, Leona is gonna be seen. They do see the one.
hallelujah.
Oh, Hallelujah is most probably not might get caught by Nidali. Snoy is just moving like a boss as she walks through the brush with extra movement speed. The red bar procs, the face prop right there, the stun by Douglas, good stun.
Very nice stun.
And the slow onto BYY, and they're just gonna be forced to fall back. As Dragon is gonna come up soon. Oops, misclick. It's gonna come up soon, I believe. There's a bit of error onto our Dragon timer right there. I believe it was not resetted, so it's fine. We're just gonna wait and see what happens. Gonna check and see. So we're gonna see another mid fight occur maybe for Koki's at bottom. He just push a bit out. They see Ezreal there. Will MLE force a fight into their favor with Misery waiting in the brush with his flash and ultimate up right there. Wow, I can see that you're in pain. And here we see Chawi going to take the blue buff. Nidali going to try to steal it, and nope, not in time, but because they know that Anivia went for the blue buff, they're going to opt to push, and now they'll be separated right here. Misery going to try to catch on to Chawi, the good
Nice
wall
ball.
right there. So he's not about Snoy. Not sure why he opted to move back. He did get the face frog.
Wanted to be a little bit safe. I think that was about it. No
But they're all separated. I would say that was the best time for them to engage overall.
judgment calls.
I mean, yes. I mean, okay, so I suppose playing safe sometimes would be better if they really go for the Baron, maybe. No? Baron buff?
Nope, not Baron yet. Not just yet. Anyhow, I would say. So yeah.
So yeah, so we see right now, just compare the items. See, Corki will be doing more damage overall than Ezreal with the Last Whisper and the Trinity Force. And you can see Ezreal forced to buy Quicksilver Sash because it's just a counter to Skarner overall. And as the AD carry, once you're caught by Skarner, it's
Oh, that's bad. That's so
GGWP.
bad.
It's
Okay.
so bad. And here you can see, going on to Dragon right there by MLE, they want to take it very easily and without any fight from SGS. SGS is just a bit too far. The wards just all got dewarded, not enough wards overall on the map, and right now they just went back and slowly warding it up once again. With only Hallelujah, one Ogre walking around, stepping on traps, knowing where he is, and yes, he's stepping on traps continuously right there, because
He knows
planted
that.
by Nidali and decided to negate some of the damage by using his ultimate right there. I'm not sure, maybe he was just bored, throw it out.
He did have a lot of mana. He'd be like, you know what? Let's just put it down. Like yeah. I don't know. For me, Singapore Sentinels needs to make an amazing play, and when I say that, they need to catch somebody out as a team, not as Darkness randomly Zenith blading into someone. Like yeah.
Yes, but hey, what? Flying out your faces. Anyway, so here we see, in terms of overall CS, it is overall, the whole team is in the favor of MLE, except for just Skarner and Maokai, and even the supports are the same amount of CS, which is quite rare.
Yeah,
Normally you
it
either see
is.
it's 0, or if there's a number there, it's not going to be the same, but they're actually the same amount of CS, just
That's
something
just how
fun.
close it is. I like the fact that 3 members each on each side have already reached the 200 CS mark, almost reaching the 300 CS mark. It's a very close game with a lot of farming. Now, I do believe that this will go in the side of Singapore
Okay,
Sentinels. Oh, look at that. Flashing away. Cassandra does go off though, but
That's once
Darkness again, the Zenith Blade.
But now he Zenith onto Sona, which was a bit front, and Sona flash back.
Yes, no. He
Is it
Zenith Blade
off?
onto Sona, but the Crescendo did go off. So the moment Crescendo effect ended, he Zenith Blade and flew forth. That's what happens with the animations in this game. It's a little bit weird, but yeah.
So we can see right now, everything is still moving. It's like, even though the support just keeps dying so far. Oh, we can see right here. Flash through right there at the start, going for Infer, catching Sona right there, and Chawi getting the kill. And they're actually going to move into Baron instantly, and MLE, they do have a ward there, but they're not going to respawn quickly enough. Hallelujah just going to deward. They might not be quick enough in taking off the Baron. Katarina is right there, Misery is from behind, and so you can see
The stun does go off.
the stun does go off. Oh,
Nice.
Oh, bad.
Yes.
This is very
But
bad.
they're
Right
going to continue doing Dragon out there. The vengeful Maelstrom does go down. Jax coming out there possibly too. The stun does not land, however, though. Oh, the counter strike does go off. The leap strike does go off. The ultimate does go off at the same time. Now Snow is taking huge amounts of damage. You are why it's going to go down. Shut down there, right there. The nice, uber nice wall, preventing everything from going up. The miss flash and jump, double kill goes off. Singapore Sentinels in a huge commanding position right out there. That's a quick from my dunk in agreement. They are going to take Baron out there. It's going to be a huge lead for the side of Singapore Sentinels. The goal has been caught up. The kills has been caught up. And right there, perfectly, 48,008k goal. You have 48.8k goal, 10 kills to 10 kills. This is how a comeback is done. Everything is back to square one. But the additional Baron buff, the additional Oracles is still being capped, so huge props to Singapore Sentinels. Ducky agrees. So that's my beliefs. Huh.
Anyway, moving on, focusing back into the game, as everything is as how Pseudo has mentioned, is going to go back into semi stage, which is not what MLE wanted. They wanted the advantage, even though it was just a slight advantage, because in terms of late game comp and damage output, I mean, Katarina will be the highest damage output AP champion actually, but that is if something dies.
That is something.
Yes, if something dies. If something doesn't die, Katarina's damage output overall is actually not as high, so to speak.
Because pretty much everything is on target hits,
Mhm.
and unlike Anivia, which is a lot of AoE onto random ground, where it can even work as well as to the AoE team, it's going to be massive amounts of damage. It's more consistent, to be honest. And this is the second time that Snow, in fact, has tried to jump across the wall. Is he testing it at nearly limits right now in this match? I don't know.
But the weirdest thing is actually Leona. If you check the item,
No, not really.
see a GA.
Just that's because they want Darkness to initiate, and because Darkness is being like they want the sun to go off, and they want Leona to continue staying within the fight. So getting a GA is pretty interesting. I would say it could work because of the fact that Darkness loves,
Die.
loves to dive, loves to see an opportunity and just go for it, even though the team may not be there. So the GA might help out.
He must have been influenced by you, Buddy Ziggs, because of the dive, and Martin as well, because of the dive. You know, all of you are in the mood to diving, so to speak. Even though you do have a ducky thing on you, but you can't really dive in the water. Anyways.
My Ducky fell. No, Ducky, come back here.
Oh, okay. Ignoring that, we're gonna see how MLE is gonna respond to this right now. SGS is in the commanding position. They have the Baron buff. They do have the.
Oh, Baku wants to get caught out here.
Yes,
oh.
Charlie gets caught back here. It's really burst down. Yes, he gets taken down the A bomb. Power is still hitting all the Charlie over there. And here we see Kaigo does it for the spin. No, he gets stunned right there. Here, Charlie's gonna be fine. Almost dying with all 40 health right there. You can see they ultimately ignore Inko just die behind the backline. And he just
Double kill.
Here we're gonna see
Triple kill.
A procs right there. You see, Misery flashes with him, but it's gonna be enough. And here, Snoy goes down as well. He's gonna just take a load up here as he chases onto Misery, and nope, it wasn't enough. But as we mentioned, the team fight potential overall.
Ducky is happy.
I need to hit him on the head someday.
But basically, this is what's happening. Singapore Sentinels, I did say that your late game is better with Anivia there. The longer they drag it out, the better it will be for them. They are taking out the bottom turret. It looks like they will be taking out the mid turret at the same time. Misery does not want to engage on this because 5 people will be engaging on it. Xenoblade does go off, Wall does go off. Not a chance.
Instantly taken down.
Yup, and look at the top wave is pushing as well, so even if they do this, they can cycle up to the top. It looks like exactly that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to take down the turret, perhaps even maybe 3 inhibitors if they can manage it. And that's going to be a huge advantage into the side of Singapore Sentinels. And, I mean, they can't do anything. They can't leave the base because Super Minions will be knocking down their doorstep. They'll be so occupied with it. And with Leona's GA still up, they can make some ridiculous plays. They can make ridiculous plays and hopefully make something happen. And they can at the Nexus itself, very well to be it. So yeah. But opting to go back. That's I'm guessing they just want to heal up, get all. They want to itemize all gold that they have
Let's
collected.
take a look at all the overall gold they have collected from that fight. Here we see Jax with 2,000, okay, 1.6.
Pretty much 2,000 across the board.
2,000 across the board overall right there. And here we can see Chawi with 14k gold right now, overall total highest in his team. And
407. There's a lot of assists, there's a lot of kills, as well as we look at the minions that has been gotten in total. 300.
24. And actually gonna move on to the dragon. Take every single advantage, every single gold they can get, moving on to the buffs, and finally gonna fall back, buy the items, and end this once and for all. No, you can't. I saw you type that. You betray us.
I mean, I betray. I support the Singapore Sentinels. I mean, Manila Eagles did show a very strong showing, and they possibly could do something if they can ace Singapore Sentinels just as Baron's about to come up. It should be pretty interesting to know, to see what's going to happen there. That's for sure.
Definitely, but it's gonna be very.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be very tough. That's for sure. But I think it can be done. I think it's possible. So nothing is for certain. Equivocal, however, which year? Oh, Kaigo. Oh, poor Kaigo.
That's taking up so much damage from one Jax. Leaping around, the frog jumping, totally decimating Katarina right there. And those-
Oh, look at the wall. The walls are just being thrown out just to separate people out. While Misery being jumped onto right now.
the QSS being fought by Equivocal right there. Here we see the ulti is going on. It's just ulti going on. Here, he's going to take down each of them one by one. Double kill goes on to Chari right there. Here we can see again, Dun charging in the G, not yet blocking. Equivocal is going to try to move back. The exhaust does save Snoy right there, but it's not going to be enough right here. They're going to trade hits, but here we can see L1 doing a lot of damage. Snoy going to flash over the wall, going to be safe, and here, this is it. This is going to be GG. No more
Jackie
kills
approves.
and no damage to take down Soda before the game ends. And they don't pick up Darkness. It doesn't procs his GA still with the auger on his head right there. And no, I don't
Ducky is
approve.
happy.
Ducky approving.
Ducky is really happy. Yeah.
No. No.
I like the
Shall
fact that
slap you with my paw. I
Okay.
disapprove of you. Go away.
don't make me burst this on you. Don't make me throw my bomb on you. I like the fact that people within the chat are immediately saying 1 point for Pseudo. Yes, that's the way to go. 1 point for me. It was a good match. Let us just have a quick look at the score screen just to see how it all ended up. Interesting to note that Chawi ended up with 717. Great score there for him. QSS being bought by 3 members of Singapore Sentinels now. They just didn't want to get caught up by Skarner, and if they did, they wanted to have a very, very quick escape. So
But not just Skarner, but Sona's ultimate as well, because
the Crescendo.
the Crescendo, that's just the 2 main cult control which MLE has. They just need to dodge either one, and they'll be in an advantageous position overall in every single team fight. And we could see that. We saw Equivocal diving in, no problems, and instantly after that, just being pulled by Misery. Just like that.
So yeah,
Yeah. Overall, very interesting match. In the end, everyone caught up because SGS did a very good job in controlling not only just, even though they were in the early stages, but slowly on, they just got caught on getting objective by objective, slowly break down each of the tower, getting the brand as well, and overall, the gold just piled up for them from there, and they make the comeback happen. And here we see Chawi ending with 15.6k gold at almost the 40-minute mark. It might not be the most impressive score if you want to compare it to Frogan, so to speak, where he just sits there and farm all day, but you can see that Anivia, for SGS Chawi, he's been moving on about, even though he is playing Anivia, the so-called slowest, less mobile AP mid champion right there, which everyone hates because it's just like that, Ducky, can't move. Just like-
Ducky. No, but I mean, basically, this is exactly what we had talked about in the initial stages, that things will have to be centered around Chawi, and that's what happened. They waited it out for the late game where Chawi was strong enough, where Jax was strong enough, and Vengeful Maelstrom actually took down a lot of damage reduction. So great job there. So we will actually see you guys back shortly. We are going for a short commercial break, but we'll still be here.
I don't want to be here.
We'll still be here as Pink Fairy Gragas and as Full Body Zig. And Ducky will be here too.
Blasting Worms!
See you guys shortly.
See you guys shortly.
Oh, the cinnamon challenge was just horrible. Horrible for my sake.
No, once again, you just sucked.
Man, it's just nasty. This dreaded moment.
I wonder if all the dislikes is because spitted onto
Means bad.
spitted. Oh, GMBB.
I was actually tearing. It was just so bad.
This is where we say Pseudo lying to the world.
No, I wasn't lying. It was a fact. It's not so bad. But this is Homework with AJ Monsieur, and I think this is a really interesting one. You guys should actually watch it.
Episodes, and a few of you mentioned Evelyn, which is strange because she's been hopping up in rank quite a bit lately. Evelyn is the quintessential AP glass cannon. With the right items, she is one of few champs that can bring someone from full health to 0 in less than a second. However, if played incorrectly, you will be a burden to your team. Initiating a fight without an ultimate or having poor positioning, I really can't recommend either. Homework this week should be pretty obvious, but I do want to set one stipulation. 15-minute mark, you need both your Spell Pen boots and your Deathfire's Grasp. Once you have both your starting items, you are free to start roaming, going into other lanes, trying to pick up kills. But until then, max out your Q first, stay in lane, and get your farm on. You have plenty of item options to go into, but keep in mind that if your lane opponent rushes an early Chalice of Harmony, it could hurt your laning phase a little bit. You also want champs on your team that are really good at running interference and picking up kills after the fact. Lee Sin, Jax, Riven are all fantastic picks. When you and Eve are done having your little date, come on back, let's talk commitment. Are we still going to be seeing her in the mid lane in a few months, or are you just going to start making a whole bunch of awkward phone calls to try and get her out for her second dinner? Come on back, give us your comments. Next episode, we're going to give shout outs to the best ones, and also leave some suggestions. What do you want to see on future episodes? But hey, until then, do your homework. Mr. Jace is going to the World Finals.
So hello, welcome back to the Garena Premier League Week 17 and Game 2 for the day. And I see this smirking laugh looking down on me. Look,
You know why?
with Pseudo.
Because your feathers here are really fluffy.
By the way, I'm TeddyTibbers and this is my
And this is
awesome,
Pseudo.
super awesome partner right there. Pseudo.
And this is Ducky. So today in this matches, we first saw Singapore Sentinels go head-to-head against Manila Eagles, and in our wager, I won, and Singapore Sentinels did win that game against Manila Eagles. And this second game, we will see Saigon Jokers and Taipei Assassins, both of which qualified to the World Championship in Los Angeles just recently. They have just recently come back. Taipei Assassins got the World Champions title. They are the best in the world for Season 2. Huge props to them. Congratulations, guys. But Saigon Jokers did an amazing play as well. Managing to beat out Dignitas along the way and just losing by I think a couple of errors in the CLG EU match.
Definitely.
So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what's going to happen here within this match of Saigon Jokers and Taipei Assassins. Now, for this match, in case you don't know, Teddy and I has his ongoing wager for GPL, in which we do see that in this entire week that we will be playing, which is the 6 matches, the cumulative winner will get to punish the loser. Now, for the first game, I got 1 point because I supported Singapore Sentinels and they won. In the second game, I'm supporting Taipei Assassins and Saigon Jokers is being supported by TeddyTibbers. And we'll find out and see what happens. In tomorrow's games, it's all listed down below, but we will touch that when it comes down to there. So yes, on to today's game. Woo!
No, not on to today's game. Before we move on to today's games, we have an announcement for you all, which, as you can see, my pool party Zeke's friend here has totally forgotten because he has
Indeed.
He's so excited. I should totally whip him with my wand.
It's a duck. The duck is controlling me.
I should turn you
So
into a
on
duck as well. Anyway, so we have an announcement for you guys. So for those of you who do not know, the level up rewards have returned, and there are new rewards for summoners who level up in League of Legends from today onwards. So there's the Novice, Defender, Exalter, Legendary, there are status, there are achievements to unlock, so to speak, and it's upgraded to a more newbie-friendly game client. In before this, because there were some problems, people didn't even know where to go to get the rewards, and now it's much easier to get and spot, and you can. There's 8 achievements and milestones overall from level 1 to level 30, and unlocking each achievement milestones entitles you to redeem rewards, which, well, have skins, rune pages,
IP.
RP, champions, and boosts
along the way.
A lot of things,
Now,
so much more.
I know a lot of people has been saying that, you know, it's unfair to people that are in level 30 already. They're not getting all the IP that they could possibly have. They're not getting all the skins that they could possibly have. But hey, this is a level up rewards. And if you are at level 30, you can't level up anymore. This is for newbies to be out there. It is for people who are trying out the game for the first time to assist them out in the game. You have already completed Legendary. You get some free RP from that. It's 20 RP. You get a free rune page and a few other things. So I think that's the added bonus. I don't think so we should be all picky about things that we demand things of what we want. If you want to get all the bonuses along the way, start a new account. Work your way up for Season 3 with a new account, and I think it will benefit you. I mean, if you really, really want it along the way, to see yourself achieve all the achievements unlocked. So that's what's going to be happening. I like the fact that, you know, it's a Rammus with a pacifier. We have a baby Tryndamere, we have Malzahar, and then we have Rugged Garen right out there. It looks really cool. The rewards are really good for the newer players to be out there. So yeah,
Definitely.
go
So-
redeem it. Go increase your levels. If you have levels to be increased, then get the rewards. And oh my god, that's so scary.
You guys say it was disturbing. Anyway, moving on. So as you all know, today's match, the second match will be Saigon Jokers against Taipei Assassins right there. So let's go on to introducing the team. They do have a slight change in the lineup, but we weren't able to get the pictures of the players so quickly, so to speak.
Yeah.
For those of you that do not know, there's some inside information, so to speak,
Let
on,
them know this inside
on
information.
terms of Saigon Joker's side. Nick's Water had actually planned to already retire after the Season 2 World Championship. So I was not sure whether he would play until the end of the season of GPL, but for today, he will not be playing. Instead, we see a new member, which is actually SAJ Zerg, but he's not in this picture. And also there's SAJ Egg out there, which is an older member, I believe.
Yes.
And we have Junie playing throughout today, most probably as usual, might be the support. And you do see Archie on the AD carry and QTV definitely going to be the top laner.
I
right
mean,
there.
it's a little bit sad that Nick's Water is no longer with Saigon Jokers now. I mean, he does have family issues that he needs to see to, and I don't know what will happen with Saigon Jokers this time around. We do see that SJ Zerg and SJ Egg coming in. A little bit of warm-up time for them, I would say. And it's going to be a little bit daunting going up against the Taipei Assassins. It's their very first match.
Mhm.
But I do believe that, Juni, Archie, and QTV has already had lots of experience within GPL, and they can do a really strong showing.
Mhm.
Now, on the side of Taipei Assassins, I don't believe much introduction is actually needed because they are really, really famous now at this point. We do have Mistake, we have Stanley, we have Lil Balls, we have Bebe and Toys primarily. We haven't seen Next ABC in a while.
Hmm?
And we haven't seen Kuala in a while as well. But they are still a fact of Taipei Assassins there. And today, it will be the 5 people that did win the championship that will be playing. So we have Stanley on top, we have Lil Balls in jungle, we have Toys on AP mid, we have Mistake and Baby right at the bottom lane. So it's going to be
Yes.
great.
So it's going to be a great game to watch. Let's see how well Saigon Jokers will fade without Nick's Water at the same time. Rather, maybe Taipei Assassins bring something, I guess, showing, stomped everyone. Oops, in GPL, yes, goodbye, Ducky. It's actually a water balloon. Stomped everyone in GPL, or they might try to do some new strategies, create a new meta before the season ends. Because, I mean, they're already at the top, they're already the champions for Season 2, and for GPL, they're already number 1 as well. They can really do whatever they want. They can either show to everyone how strong they really are, or they can really just use this time to test out different things. So right now, the champion selection has begun, so we're just going to move into the game. And here you can see the SAJ being very cautious of Toys Oriana right there, instantly being banned out as the first ban.
I mean, Oriana is, I would say, the flame of the month, especially after World Championships, and people saw how Oriana is really, really strong. Many people have been instant locking Oriana in ranked games. I know I've been playing pretty much quite a bit of ranked games, so it's going to be pretty interesting. Rengar being banned out as well. They don't want to deal with Rengar. Rengar is really strong. Rengar is really commanding as well.
yes,
In the top lane or in the jungle. And Rengar's going to be nerfed soon.
are you trying to make me feel sad? Like you look at me with a smiley face.
Ducky tells me Rengar's going to be nerfed. The duck speaks to me. I'm like, Swain, maybe I should put Ducky on my shoulder.
It's going to turn to a duck soon. OMG. There'll be so much dark faces pictures for you guys to take. As
Well, we do see...
I need to strike him with lightning, like definitely soon, one of these days. And then we said we can see the band on SCJ side is going to be Skarner. Oh, going to be weird in my opinion.
Skarner, Diana...
It's Diana being taken out. Diana, we did see during GPL, Toys played a very strong string of Diana,
Yes,
and so
very
they
strong.
dominated and
Very,
assassinated everything in the duo fight. And here we can see TPA banning out Jace
Evelyn.
and Evelyn because they do not have the first pick, but
Shen,
wow,
it's a
an
lock.
instant lock right there by Juni Shen.
I like Shen. Shen is a very strong top. He does have lots of map presence now. Mundo being picked up by Taipei Assassins. Nope, it's going to be Ezreal and Lee Sin, in fact. Really strong there. A lot of mobility in those two champions.
We have but we have not seen Lil Boss play Lee Sin at all, I believe.
Not
so
at World
far.
Championships. No, in fact, I don't believe
I
so.
don't believe so.
This
in
could be his
GPL.
training ground. This
This
very
is-
well could be his training ground.
This will be something interesting for us to see for today. And Ezreal being nerfed soon as well, if all those you who are very eager to know what's happening to the latest League of Legends news, you definitely know Ezreal's Essence Flux is no longer going to debuff the opponent.
Yes.
Yes, so for those who think Ezreal is OP, finally he's going to be UP, maybe? We're going to see how this plays off. Right now, Ezreal has not been nerfed or anything. He's still one of the stronger AD carries out there with the poke, with the slow debuff. And we're going to see how well BB, Baba, Boo Boo. BB is a dog, plays it out. For those of you who don't know the full entire name. And here we see Saigon Jokers taking a very long time actually to decide the second and third pick, or maybe there's some disconnection issues there.
Nope. It is going to be a Blitzcrank and
But-
a last minute locks.
This is kind not the best support to play against Ezreal, as it's almost impossible to catch Ezreal.
Could this be a lane
Can't
swap? I suspect.
Yeah, could be. I mean, Saigon Jokers, if you have read an article by Toys, it does mention about the AP meets and how, like, Nick's Water, he's a strong player, but not as strong as overall compared to other players in the Season 2 World Championship. But then that's how they work it out, by keep doing constant lane swaps to do the
Yep.
pressure, to carve their weakness, and showing out their strengths. So
Indeed.
you're going to see whether this could be a lane swap happening. And you do see Egg, the going to be the jungle for the day with Lux, with Smite.
It could be swapping it around now.
Definitely gonna swap it around, just saying.
It's going to be weird if, in fact, Lux is jungling, but instant locking Twisted Fate.
I see Toys trying to show everyone that
Switch!
his Twisted Fate can be as good as the Westdoor 0204.
Yeah.
Westdoor 0204. And some people maybe just saying on Reddit or other places, they're saying that you think Toys is a strong player. Look at Seaman, yes, that's what it's called in the Taiwan servers, where his Twisted Fate is 100% banned. Like when people see him in the friends list, they see him that he is queuing and he's in champion section, everyone just bans Twisted Fate. He's at the same ER range. Because he's just so scary, I've heard, of him using Twisted Fate, but I haven't really seen
we should go get a video and go and find out about that.
You see Tarek being taken out by mistake. It's going to be very strong against Blitzcrank, definitely. The extra armor from Shatter, as well as the dazzling blow, is going to stop anything from happening onto Ezreal, as well as stop Corki in his tracks if they do decide to trade. Because Tarek is one of the tankiest supports. With his Shatter, will be able to take all the damage, no problem at all, from Blitzcrank or even Corki. And here we see QTV taking up his famed Irelia, I would say. So far, we always see him pick up the Irelia in the lane as a top laner most of the time, or even Jax. So we're going to see how well it plays off against.
It's going to be pretty interesting now that Nyx Water is no longer here. Junie looks like will be taking the AP mid role. I'm guessing the swap is going to go between Egg and Junie.
We shall see. Based on what I know, Zerg is a support player, but I'm not so sure. So
yeah, but Zerg has depth, and indeed, it is Junie that's going to be AP mid, and Egg looks like he will be going to the jungle now.
Jungle, okay.
I do know that Junie was I would say, decent jungler, and then became a really good support. And I'm going to see if all these additional roles that Junie has learned, will she be able to, why am I saying she? Will Junie be able to, would have learned enough from Nyx Water to do an extremely strong showing. Now, Lux does not have teleport up like something that Nyx Water would always pick.
Definitely.
Almost always. But there's a lot of stuns from TPA Assassins. We have 3 outright stuns coming from TPA Assassins. We have bindings, we have hooks, and we also have stuns and slows coming in from the side of Psycho Jokers. So
this is going to be very interesting fight to see how well they respond to each other. If they become too aggressive or too passive, Twisted Fate is just going to come into the lane from anywhere with his ultimate. And without a teleport onto Lux, it's going to be hard for her to back out, but her laser will be able to reach in time if she does follow up, which Twisted Fate is missing if she walks to the correct lane. And overall, top Stanley against QTV is going to be an interesting match to see. And so let's take a look at Blitzcrank's runes and mastery. Blitzcrank very chosen so far in GPL, I would say, overall. So here, let's just take a look, and wow!
seriously?
Just flat armor all around. And all the quintessence will be gold per level. Gold per 10.
This is rather...
And with
115,
rather
14.
tanky
Wow.
masteries as well. 115, 14. So we're gonna see how well they respond to this. He's gonna be a beast in terms of taking damage in the early stages. This is gonna be very interesting to watch. And
Well, people are wanting to know what Toys' runes and masteries are.
Oh, is it? Okay, so here we can see Toys is gonna be, as usual for Twisted Fate, you want to have more mobility. The Queen's is the 4.5 movement speed, and we see magic penetration for the marks, and flat HP per level at the seals, and lastly AP per level at level 18. As if you play Twisted Fate, if you do trade blows with the AP mid, it's going to be quite funny since your cards, you have quite far range overall.
Indeed.
Yes, so we definitely do not need the extra magic resist, but instead you need to have the mobility to stay out of range when you want to, and stay in range to land the stuns when you need to as well. So yeah, definitely. So let's take a look at the masteries. Moving here, we see once again we have seen so far TPA switching strategy. A lot of teams actually overall taking Demolitionists. And right now, I'm not opting at all to take Havoc, which is what most players would take to do extra 1.5% damage, but instead taking Butcher, doing 4 bonus damage to minions, it's going to far much easier. 1 point into Demotionalist, gonna push turrets much faster, and for his runes, for the masteries in the end, actually taking mobility over mana regeneration, as Twisted Fate does not really need that. If he lands a blue card, he has no problem spamming, and he just needs to do the timing of everything correctly. So, wow, before we go into it, let's just take a quick look onto Lux. We can see Junie, mana regen, magic release, ability power,
More standard.
and for the side, in
2109.
terms of here is also the same 2109. So yeah, we can see that Junie not going to be a Black Beast Slaughter, having a bit different terms of setup in terms of the runes and masteries, but going for something more orthodox. So we're going to see how this plays off for them. So right now, in terms of overall fighting ability capabilities, we would see that they do have a counter to Twisted Fate, which is Shen. But the problem is Shen will not reach level 6 that quickly as the jungler, unless he somehow lands three early kills in the lanes, somehow.
That would be interesting to
Yes,
see.
that would be interesting to see. And then from there, he'll just, I'm ready, stand united. Wherever you are, Twisted Fate, I'm coming. So yeah, so this will be a very interesting match overall to see. And we do see how well SAJ
with the two new players.
With the new players, with the change, with the leaving of Nixwater, how well they will perform. I mean, Nixwater is one of those quite strong AP meets in our servers even before this, and he has had a strong showing throughout GPL, and he does have his own style and manner of playing all the AP meets. So let's see how well Junie will face off against Toys as well. And let's just say how every single player of Saigon Jokers face off against Taipei Assassins players, because Taipei Assassins players are now the world champions. Each of them are world standard. And most importantly for TPA, what makes them rise above the rest is that the synergy as a team is almost perfect. So right now the game has begun. We're going to move into the game right now. We can see them all moving out. Oh, actually moving into the mid lane at almost the same time right there. Going to go into the blue already. Nope, QTV going to walk into the mid lane, going to scout out to see what's happening here. And we do see he does spot out all of them right there. And they're showing each other where they are, just scaring each other away. The wall's going on, the pox going off here. Shad might mid jacks if he does choose to opt to go up. And here we see a pull by Zerg missing by a gold card landing by Toys right there. All five of them getting in the mid. While the exchange or happening mistake, he managed to land the ward, and the ward is down for both sides right there. You can see they both saw the wards right there. And is it earlier ward? Let's check the timings. Oops, can't really see it, but almost about
Taipei Assassins is slightly ahead than Saigon Jokers.
the warding.
Yes.
No,
Yes, Taipei Assassins.
it's the ward by SAJ was first. The timing.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, so
I mistakenly said that.
yeah, so I'm like, yeah, okay. US, it's okay. I shall forgive you because Pseudo, you're a madman.
No
Anyway, here
worries.
we see most probably going to go for steal onto the raid. Actually, we can see that, if you want to land, you want to get a good gang early stages with Shen, you definitely need the raid buffers.
Yes.
Using the blue buff will help you secure and clear jungle waves faster.
But if you're
But-
going for the gank, you need the additional slow that's being done there. What's interesting to see is that, look at Taipei Assassins just moving in like they are not even stopping at the end of the brush. They're just going to go in like straight away past Tribush and
Because they do know that they were still there with the ward right there.
did. Oh look, what's
And
going
we
to
see
happen?
gonna get caught, the stun goes down, the inlet goes off, and there it goes. Instant first blood right there by
It turns to boiled egg.
assassins. And yes, it turns to boiled egg right there. Totally, not even boiled, maybe just totally crushed. Don't even need to be cooked. Just taken
Egg
raw
turns into
instantly.
smashed egg.
Yeah, just smashed like ducky.
Yeah.
And here we see they're gonna actually not gonna clear off the last creep. Did they clear it off? Yep, they did not clear it off.
Nope.
But SAJ thought it was cleared off because it moved all away because it's on the brush. They did not spot it right there. It's gonna be a very late respawn of the red buff right there for Saigon Jokers, and we can see right now the boss moving directly into the blue buff, not even using the smite just now, and instantly taking it soon to be level 3, and the gangs going to be
The gangs will
so
commence.
strong.
Definitely, it's going to be really strong now. Mistake. Look at what's going to happen. Oh, the stun does go off. And
So
the
just take a look at here. You see how slow Shen junglers without any help at all. It's going to pull him back so far behind overall. So we're going to see how well they come back from this. It's like, I would say Egg is a bad player. Overall, Shen is just a very slow jungler.
Indeed.
So we're going to see how well this plays off. And the current meta of jungling works on how successful you are in the early ganks, as well as how many GP5s you stack up if you're not successful in the early ganks. And Lee Sin is just one of those champions where if he can succeed, he just snowball,
Oh, look at
take a
that.
ball, and
Flash. Don't think so. He needed a flash
I
though.
don't, he needed it. He did spot little boss right there with the wall.
I see.
So he thought he would be coming. So he flashed
I did
off.
see that.
Yeah. So he just
Great job there,
it was
Saigon.
it was just a safe. It was just a safe thing, but we could see actually this wall is not in such that it's just
He
expired.
just expired.
It wasn't in that such of a great spot because he couldn't see that he was actually just doing the waves, just counter jumping.
He just saw that he was moving around there now. Yeah, I know. I just did a warning article. I have to test so many things out.
I have the test.
But
Sorry.
yeah.
Okay, so moving on, focusing, ignoring the job task that Pseudo has at hand. We're gonna see how much people can see right here. Archie and Zero trading, Zerg, not Zero, trading a lot of hits right there, and we can see TPA coming up above right now, even higher by 1 level. Shockingly right there, you can see right here Stanley and QTV trading hits, both CS just the same amount, but being Irelia does have the ability to sustain longer in lane because of her abilities. So just moving all these things around, we do see that Corki is, wow, almost 100%. Well, 100%. Best 50. Okay, let's put it at 50%.
50%.
It's still CS.
Yeah.
Right there. Not doing such a good job. But here we see Shen coming to going to gank. What?
I don't know what's going on there.
Okay, running around the wall. Not sure why. TPA, you know he's there, but they're going to try to bait him. Oh wow, there's a
The
flash
stun.
right there. Here the stuns, the CC is going off the exhaust. Definitely might just diving in. Gonna take off mistake right there, but they do take off Archie. Very good showing. And here comes little boss right here coming in with the QQ, the slows, and Zergs will go down definitely.
Nope.
He flashes, but
Baby.
VP will just very
Nice.
nice right there. Right here, finding the flash coming on, but little boss takes the kill right there. The QQ resonating strike, soaring wave by Lee Sin.
I would say that Egg is doing an
Eh,
interesting job.
I mean, that gank was a good gank if that wasn't a Taric.
Yeah.
Say, Taric.
If it was a
is
Soraka,
just-
if it was a Janna, I think it would have been a good one. But
It takes so much time to kill it, and they could be easily fall back because you saw how long it took to take Taric, and
and Ezreal was just free hitting.
VV knew that he could free hit.
Yeah.
He just stand there, pokes, and got the kill right there. And here we see, wow, trades going on top lane, both with quite low mana and low health, both popping health force, both at the same level, both almost at the same overall CS, but Stanley slowly winning the not in terms of trades, but the CS amount. As QTV is using a lot of mana to farm the overall CS in a safe position. He's going to be forced to fall back as he doesn't have the ward. I'm not sure where Lee Sin is. He's hiding the brush and he's just going to fall back from this. Here we see Shen back into the jungle, going for the wolves, being counter-jungled all around so far by Lee Sin. Going to be very hard for him to come back so easy right here. You see, oh, there goes a hook onto Mistake, but Mistake being Derek, let's see. Is this going to stun Archie, walk away like a boss? It's like, yeah, scratch me. Not feeling anything at all.
Scratch me, scratch me.
I mean, Biscayne's face is like that. It's like yeah.
I don't know what you're scratching this way, but okay, I don't want to know. I mean, the looming question, which I kind of held myself back from saying earlier, is...
And here we go to see the gang from level 60 coming in. The gold card goes on. Little boss comes in instantly. He is at level 5. He dies in. Resistance strike kicking and slowing. And here he goes, jumping back the save, got the shield, and definitely going to take down Zerg as well. Taking the hits on the tower. Oh, good pull right there, Little boss, but just go down. No, but the tower hit was not enough. Just one more tower hit would have definitely taken him down. And good play right there by TPA Assassins.
I mean, the question I wanted to say is,
Sorry.
at what time will this end? TPA Assassins, before this, in the previous 2 weeks, have been ending games by the 20-minute mark.
Let's put it at 35.
On an average before the 25th mark. Now,
Yes, on average by
this
40.
is... Will they continue doing this? They sure have a really good start at this point in time.
A really good start would be an understatement. It's actually overwhelming. Just it's 7 minutes and a half. I know I am rooting for Psycho Jokers right here. Don't feel me now. They're already at almost a 3k gold lead overall. Just in terms of kills, in terms of CS. Maybe not in terms of towers because Yusufe has a teleport away. Things like that will happen definitely. But still, everything is in their favor. You can see how much aggression they're placing now right there. No problem, just gonna wait there. This Mistake is not even afraid of getting hope right there, as you saw. There was a chance for him to get hope, but it was like, yeah,
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. If you hold me, as you speak the folk, and I will just walk out like a boss. And he'll see a trade going on. Stanley being level 7, being on the higher level. gonna force QTV to fall back. Actually, gonna be very aggressive. Actually, just planting a very good ward, I would say. It shows you if the jungle is coming for top lanes mostly, unless they travel on a Wraith. So, well, now just gonna fall back. Wow. QTV is doing a very good job overall, definitely, but he was forced to go back earlier, so he couldn't get as much items as Jax. Jax with the 3 Dawn Blades is definitely going to win Irelia with just 2 Dawn Blades. And here we see the Empower hittings, trading hits right there, but QTV is trying right now going to try to focus more on the farming instead of trading hits with Stanley, I believe. So here we see again, wow, going for a very early dragon at the almost 9-minute mark exactly. We saw this a lot happen in the Season 2 World Championships where they go for the very early dragons like 7 to 9 minutes into the game. And here we see Lux spotting it. The laser goes off, but definitely, of course, it's not going to be enough.
I like the fact that they calculated it. They knew that, okay, everybody stop touching it, let the Lux laser finish, and then immediately after that,
somehow it missed the taunt right there. I don't think that.
No, the taunt did happen.
Oh, it didn't happen.
Then why did he automatically start moving towards?
No, because he missed, and then he used the counter strike and he started hitting like a boss. If the taunt didn't happen, you see Jax with the raid debuff.
But perhaps the counter strike animation is on top of it. We'll find out.
No, definitely not. Because you could see from the damage being dealt, and when Shen was moving away, Jax did not follow entirely.
At the end of this game, I'm going to rewind this to the 9-minute mark, and I'm going to challenge Teddy on this. I'm pretty sure I remember what I saw, so yeah.
You saw nothing. The Quacky is destroying your brains, killing all your brain cells.
I have 2 ducks.
And here we can see the jungle difference. The main thing that decides the game in the early stage definitely is a difference of level and CS and overall money. So let's just take a quick look at the money right here. We can see the CS is about the same because Lee Sin has been ganking more, but you can see here the goal difference. Lee Sin at 3.2k. And here we see Shen just at 2.2 right there. And his goal is almost
a very big difference.
very big, higher than the top lanes, as well as almost similar to that of the bot lane and mid lane of his entire team right there.
And it seems as if that's like 4 lanes in total. Like,
yes,
it's massive amounts, to be honest. It's really, really good to see.
And here we can see that, wow, a very defensive warding here by Saigon Jokers. Definitely going to spot Little Boss, but Little Boss is just going to be a boss. Just actually going to charge in, going to counter jungle, and here we can see Lux is coming in. Oh, look, he's, wow, juking around right there. Jumping back to his team. Here the stun goes off, just dragging the fight overall. It's just ulti appears, and here Zerg is caught out of position, but yes, Lux ulti just take Lee Sin down. And here we see Toys moving on, going to move on to Lux with Terra. And here he flashes, almost catching Koki right there, and Archie responded by his own flash. And here he's stuck here, forced to recall. It's not really
Wild
that
card
good.
to be thrown to 1.
But there's no choice. There's nowhere for him to go. He moves forward. There's a target as waiting for him. He has to wait. Oh, there goes the stun, but the wild card is not there anymore. Whoa! Wow, BB with just enough mana jumped in and landed.
Essence Flux through and then into Mystic Shot straight away.
Oh wait, it's not Essence Flux. It's Arcane Shift.
I'm sorry about that. Wrong skill. Jeez. Duck, stop corrupting me.
Yes. Anyway, so we can see right now, the only lane that's performing well so far, I would say overall, would be the top lane. QTV against Stanley. I mean just in overall, because the top lane is more stagnant 1v1.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean the overall CS, overall kills, overall deaths, everything would determine like what items you have, how far you're gonna go into the game. And overall these two people are just holding off quite similar. I can see Pseudo is just totally being distracted as a full party. He's just looking around, not even focusing on the...
People are saying that really TPA is not giving any sort of mercy, and people are saying that it really doesn't matter if they win any more matches in GPL. They already made they already guaranteed a spot up there.
Strong gang, the pink ward, they saw that, well, you know, Zerg tried to go and ward it in, and
that was the end of it.
I mean TPA, sometimes, you know, when you are the strongest team, okay, based on all the comments, you either want to totally just prove it to the world. Because you can see, you know, GPL right now, well, the main focus is on Southeast Asia. Like TPA matches, SGS, they got more light because they went off the IPL face of things like that. Let's talk about that. Here we see, wow, good flash storm, but not going to be enough. The overall damage and tankiness is not enough.
Mistake!
Going to take the kill.
One last stick!
Wow, nope, not enough. That's why I say it's not going to be enough. And here we see actually going to whack, going to be a boss. And here we see, they're going to stun the Irelia Toy is gonna save Mistake, and here we see Stanley coming in with the counter strike, with the leaf strike, the stun goes on, and here the safeguard, the resonating strike, the slows, but they're gonna flash away, and here we see QTV jumping onto Mistake. Even Mistake, when we see Mistake, we will say he made a mistake there, he should have just fallen back. But I believe that my Mistake plays, I haven't wrote an article about it, but in my article I'm gonna write that he actually makes sure that his team will get the kill.
Yeah.
Even if he dies.
With sacrificing himself.
Here we see, we're gonna make sure we see here little boss.
Oh, nice.
And finally goes down
He
right
wasn't
there.
too bossy, just that Blitz knew what he was, so the hook went off, getting him, dragging him into tower range, so...
Not exactly. They do know.
They knew he was
they do
inside
know
there
that he
somewhere,
was still staying there. But you see, if he walked through this area, they really wouldn't know as well. At the same time, standing off.
You're showing on the monitor which people can't see.
I'm showing it to you, but you know, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we see here right now, Blitz and Corki in the mid, and Stuart and Tyree also moving to mid. They destroyed the bottom lane tower, so right now they're gonna switch up the lanes a bit. Let Twisted Fate just roam around, get the blue buff, and they're gonna secure the next dragon very soon. It's coming out the 1 minute mark as well, together with Baron as well. We're gonna see how as Saigon Jokers can respond to this. Overall levels, look, everyone is uber low in comparison to that of TPA for the main carries. In terms of matching the main carries, which is the most important fact. You know, junglers, you lose level by a bit, it's understandable, but you can see by overall score what is happening right now. It's slowly being dominated. We can see Lee Sin actually going for mobility boots right there. And with the Heart of Gold, he went for got the early lanterns because of the kills.
Yep.
Now his mobility boots with the Heart of Gold, also stacking out money, and with the Doran shield, just going to opt to be more tanky. I believe he just wants to dive again. He's not satisfied that he died just now.
No, I mean, definitely using boots of mobility is giving him the extra presence that he needs around the map to do, you know, immense things that whatever he needs to do around there.
Yep.
The amount of wards has started to decrease on the side of TPA Assassins, so it only will be this next rotation where the wards will start coming up again, and then we also do see that they are taking Dragon. Baron had just come up now, it is 15-20, so it looks as if once the secondary wards does start coming up on this round, they could possibly go for a very, very quick Baron. They are in a very commanding position. Look here, it is 15 minutes and they are 10k ahead.
It's at 8 kills ahead as well. Even though the tower is just 1 because they haven't been pushing that aggressive, they've just been diving so aggressively. And here you can see the little boss showing that he has big boss, just gonna try to steal the raid. And here comes Twisted Fate. Toys, wow, look at that yellow card. Doing so much damage onto Egg. The slow proccing from Little Boss. And here we see the cast all start taking the kill for Toys. And here we see Junie gonna fall out as well. Nope, the Binary catches the opponents all into place. Oh, he got stunned right there by. Yeah. I was like,
oh, Little Boss and
Little Boss just once again showing he has the balls to dive in. And here, forcing Saigon Jokers to fall back, and they are going to steal this raid buff once again.
No problem whatsoever. Oh, look at that flash
look at the flash stun right there. And here we see,
Toys actually going to go down actually really low. If the,
I mean,
the laser was there, he could have. Lux could have possibly
definitely,
taken it
but
down.
Lux will not go so close. And here we see laser just coming out and missing. Overall, he thought Toys would teleport, but actually went out to farm.
No, he thought that Toys would actually walk through the tri-bush, but he did not go to the tri-bush, he actually walked back into lane. So if he did go into the tri-bush, that would have been...
No, I would say, well, not the tri-bush, but just where the ward was. There would be more close / normal spot for Blizzard to teleport. Instead of moving to tri-bush, it's like far away La La Land, and you don't have a ward there.
Right.
Okay, fine. We might not always agree on everything, but it's still fine. So we can see here, we can see...
I like the fact that they just walked past Tarek, they just walked past Mistake, and nobody even knew he was there.
Yes, I mean, SAJ is trying to keep up on their wardings overall in this fight right now, but still they just can't keep up to that damage and mobility. And here we see, while Stanley gonna be a boss, gonna take down Archie. Here we see, wow, Twisted Fate ulti-proccing once again. Here we see Judy being burst down instantly, and Twisted Fate actually with DFG and Lich Bane already doing so much damage. Oh, we're gonna be a boss right here. Oh, we're gonna actually plant a ward right there to see whether he can move in to stun for them to dive, if you notice right there beside. Wow, overall impressive, very aggressive plays by TPA. Totally not needing any wards on their own area. Here we see PP getting food, but
nice safeguard.
yes,
Very nice safeguard.
Instead falling back to a safe position, and here we see, wow, there goes another tower. Total in just now we mentioned the 15-minute mark. how much of advantage they got, and the double dragon after that instantly taking down more towers. And here we see 0-4 on towers, 13 kills difference, and now the goal difference is 15k right there. This is Taipei Assassins showing the world once again why they are the world champions. Because right now,
mistake.
here, mistake going to go down, the laser takes him, and here they're going to force a move back. Toy is going to get caught right here, but he's going to be fine. His gold card appears, the card is being shown, he's going to flash.
Nice shutdown.
That's how it's flash actually, I did not notice that. And here we're going to see a very good shutdown right there. This is Saigon Jokers punishing TPA for being too aggressive, and here we see once again, wow, they just actually...
Not gonna go in favor of Saigon Jokers now.
Yeah, you see the Ezreal ulti coming here, Zerg going down, and here Stanley is going to move on to QTV with his ultimate still up, going to be able to tank out so much damage. Shielding force hit the Resident Strike, and here goes the smoke, but her force, the lucky critical, I would say, by Corky. Was it critical?
Yes, it was critical.
Oh, he doesn't have critical. Does he have critical runes? Because he has no zero yet.
There's still critical chance on his masteries, perhaps.
There's no critical chance anymore on masteries, remember, it got removed because he was doing too many lucky shots for the AD carries. It became to damage per level. Owned.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Critical chance 10%.
No, there's more 10% of critical damage.
That's also critical damage, not
Yes.
critical chance. Yes.
10% critical chance is OP.
Perhaps it could be his runes.
That's what I'm saying, perhaps it could be the runes. I did not expect that. I saw 424 critical chance, but it was by Corky, it wasn't by Ezreal right there. And I was like, wow, the damage instantly bursting.
Where did it come from?
Where did it come from? I was like, he had 0 already, almost finishing 24s, but no, he didn't have Phage at that point of time. So, wow, that lucky critical proccing right there for
Benefiting Saigon
Jokers. Wow.
Ducky agrees.
He agrees. I mean, I tried it out before. It does. It's the same thing how in the past, where you had the 3%, 4% critical chance in your masteries. It's like whoever landed critical first will win.
Will win. Yeah.
So
but look at this, the
QTV,
chase on the QTV.
nowhere to go. He's just gonna
Not a
get
chance, man.
Counter strike finally starting onto him, and there goes the shatter, mistake casing that kill right there. Like a
It's
box.
called kill securing.
Yeah, it's KS.
Yep.
Yeah. Nothing wrong. And
Here
here we see. Here we see the boss diving in, gonna get caught. Actually, the laser goes down here. All the damage goes to getting gun.
Gonna laser
down. No, actually falls back to actually going back to kick that Blitzcrank into Terry. Here we see the stun going down. The ultimate gonna pop most probably. Yes, the shatter goes down, but just nice a crush
very
shield by
nice,
saving.
But the ignite.
Ignite just gonna take him down. Wow, look at the tower diving, the tankiness right there. Here we see
There's just kills everywhere.
He just kills everywhere. The ace standing instantly. Here's standing farming the lane like a boss. Gonna move on to the tower after that. And here we see they're gonna push all the lanes and getting all the kills. 17 kills ahead and almost 20k flat in the lead. Wow.
Go Taipei Assassins.
Okay. See, he forced me to not pick Taipei Assassins for this Rager because we got punished together because we couldn't decide on a team for Azubu Frost and Taipei Assassins. So for this week, I allowed him to take both teams with Taipei Assassins, and now I'm regretting it.
Taipei Assassins. Ducky agrees.
You should focus more on commentating instead of playing with your ducks right now.
No, Duck is controlling me and...
There goes legendary.
Great.
Here.
Bad Sheen proc. Oh my god.
Sheen? There's no Sheen. You're
wait,
dreaming.
what?
See,
Ducky is controlling me. Look at Toys. Running away there. Will he be able to do yellow cut?
Oh, no in time. The burst, just like ultimate for Corky, just takes it down. You can see.
I like the fact that Corky's getting a lot of his kills.
Yes, but in comparison to Ezreal, it's not enough. He has 8 kills, 9 assists, IE, PD, and a Phage. And here he's gonna poke everything like a boss. Damage. Mistake not gonna go down. BB have enough damage to down Corky. Corky shouldn't have dived out. It was not a wise choice in my opinion. They're really losing by a bit, taking down the support and trading for his own life. It's not
worth it.
It's not worth it. And he was on a spree, I believe, just now. And here we see right now overall map aggression everywhere by Taipei Assassins. We can see so far that Saigon Jokers has not crossed the river except when they're trying to run away or chase down toys if it's pushed out a bit too far. They have not crossed the river. Did not reach any of the blue or red buffs onto TPA side at all so far.
The enemy jungle has hardly been touched whatsoever.
Yes.
Lee Sin has been doing a great job of taking the enemy jungle, which is the Saigon Joker's jungle, and other than that, it's basically been gangs all throughout.
And here we see but there goes the teleportation
That's
skill.
a clutch. Like,
I mean,
to Essence Flux away from the Blitzcrank.
Stop saying Essence Flux. It's the second skill that's Essence Flux. The first shot is Mystic Shot. and E is Arcane Shift.
What am I saying? The Arcane Shift away to be done. Oh my god, what's going to happen here?
Fool! Oh,
Nope, nope,
almost,
nope.
almost.
Almost there. Type Assassins could go for Baron if they're very well pleased. So, yeah.
They're actually not going to look for Dragon or Baron. They're actually just going to maintain the aggression, going to push over. We can see here, wow, Stanley in 20 minutes, mark 20 minutes, I would say. Might have gotten by 22, given hit, give or take. 24 GA, actually getting Berserker Greaves, not even getting Ninja Time because he's been winning so far. Here we see, Mistake getting grabbed, but it's fine. The team, they use a trade off.
It was a swap.
It was a swap right there. I mean, he did not need, he definitely could have not died, I believe, but well, a swap is better than nothing. And here we're going to see, wow, Taipei Assassins going to continue the pressure. Jax in the mid, and Twisted Fate also moving into the mid lane soon, I believe. Nope. Yes, they're going to push up. They're going to do a split push right there with Azure and Lee Sin. Well, Jax is being ignored with Twisted Fate right there, like a boss, just slapping everything with the lamppost, showing why he's the legendary Grandmaster. Grandmaster at arms, not legendary.
Grandmaster of Arms, yeah.
Here we can see, here, there goes the counter strike, dodging all the hits. He's going to stun onto Junie and onto QTV. The Shed ulti comes in to save Junie, and here we see Stanley being taken down. The taunt, the CCs goes off. But here, Frog is going to be able to leave track and actually fight back if there's no problem at all. But here we see, he's going to jump back to Toys. That Toys do get the kill, and here we see Ezreal, wow, going in like a boss with all the items he has on hand. And here we see Little Boss landing the shots, protecting Ezreal at the same time as he dived in. And here we see Twisted Fate teleporting at the back onto QTV, getting the kill right there. Here moving on to 8 right now, going to throw the card, and there goes the ace!
Second ace,
and they were all so low. Twisted Fate and Little Boss were quite low from the engage. Stanley was much lower, and Ezreal was the one who came in the end to clean up with the help of everyone else. Slowly, they just transition everything.
It's ridiculous. It's all 3 inhibitors going to go down right now. They're going to work on the Nexus turrets at the same time. Stanley just didn't quite care about the bottom inhibitor already. They were just like, you know what, this is the end. This is that. And here we see,
once again,
25 minutes.
Instantly the damage and the burst going on right there. Here, Toys flashing away, and no, QTV not gonna have enough damage. Skoki flashes is just gonna take down Toys after just trying to get as many kills as they can, even after losing so far. Okay, here's almost a 30k gold difference at 25 minutes right there. Such strong play shown by Taipei Assassins. You know, we would say Saigon Jokers is definitely not a weak team, but definitely in terms of graphs of the map control, what should be done.
It was map dominance, not even map
dominance.
control.
Yeah, not even control, just total dominance. What should be done, where they should be, just totally. We know it, like in the back of our heads. There's nothing
we know what to do. I'm gonna go here. There's no way you can stop me because you are here, you are there, and that was it. Let's just have a look at the score sheet really quickly and just see the amount of differences that were
so far. Yeah, they've displayed. So we can see right there, okay, there might one. QTV reaching 158 CS right there at the 25th minute mark, which is, I would say, is actually very low for a top laner.
Yeah.
Yeah. The will be the best, right? The point of time, if it reaches so far, will be about more than that, about 150 to 200 in terms of overall farm. But we can see that with TPA being so aggressive, they did miss out quite a few of farming for both Toys and Stanley because they were just jumping in for the kills in the end. But they still have about 200 CS overall this time. And
this was very much a very fast game for Taipei Assassins. It looks like they're setting the pace and they want to keep up this pace, and you know,
it's very simple to know how big the difference is. Just look at the support. The support has
the supports are very big indicators.
The support are the best indicators of how well the team is doing. From the assist for its GP5, and you can see that Mistake is at 8.6k gold, higher than any single player on Saigon Jokers right there. And that is by not just is by almost 2k difference with Irelia, which is the top laner. Is definitely not a good sign. He has Ziggs Herald, he has Ninja Tabi, and he has Aegis. By 25 minutes.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
That's a lot.
Lot of items being bought, and they're all not. They're
not cheap.
They're cheap in comparison to other items, but for a support, they're not cheap. Definitely. Yeah. So here we see once again Taipei Assassins showing themselves why they are so strong, and at the same time you notice throughout the 7 minutes to 15 minutes of the game, Taipei Assassins not really ward that much on the opponent's jungle, but still little boss. He went in like a boss, and whenever he went in, his teammates were there to follow up very quickly. Like he knew he was going to be safe. This Fate ulti will be ready. When he charged down to kill up the golems, we see Mystic coming in together with Ezreal already. Instantaneous response.
It
teamwork.
was a whole team play. This was how a team game is played. They just showed us how much of a team it actually came down to it.
Yes, and one thing some players might agree on this statement would be that TPA might not be all the best players in their lanes, so to speak, overall in terms
But
in comparison. Yes, but the team play, their teamwork. You could see it's almost.
It's their coordination. It is so smooth. It is so well planned. It's so well executed at the same time, and that's what makes Taipei Assassin so much of a dominant person.
So definitely.
The first game we saw today. Now let's recap. The first game we saw today, we saw Manila Eagles taking an early lead, showed dominance, but Singapore Sentinels came back because their team composition worked it out.
Was much stronger, and Manila Eagles didn't know how to respond to that mid-late game transition with the champions they had, which was their falling as well.
The second game, we saw Taipei Assassins from start to finish dominate. Just one word, dominate.
Yes, just one word, dominate. Like if you see, these are things you could learn, especially when people how to play. They plan counter jungling, they're not sure where to do. And you see TPA, they clearly know with that one ward, they saw everything that was happening.
They needed to do.
They needed to do, and just instantly taking everything into their hands, into their advantage. So right now, I know we're all very excited. We got to see Taipei Assassins and SGS play for today. Before we end the show, we have a little something announcement. A slight difference. If you guys did notice, the announcement was up. There is the question of the night, but for today and tomorrow, because Taipei Assassins are the world champions. Celebration. They are not. We have special Razor gear for you for today's question as well as tomorrow. So what
you need to do is, before you give the question, let's tell you guys the rules. So
instead of the winning 300 Garena shells for these 2 days, actually gonna win Razor gear.
So that'd be really great. So the winner will be announced on Facebook on Monday. The Razor gear will be credited, will be contacted based on individual basis. But this contest is only open to the summoners on the Malaysian and Singapore server. I'm sorry, but it's only open to our players on this side here. And the question to win Razor gear is,
who is your favorite AP mid player? And definitely I can answer for JMBB, it's Toys. If you have been reading her articles about Toys, you would know that she has a crush on Toys, and a lot of players so far agree that Toys is really one of the stronger AP mid players, along with Alex Ich.
I would say Alex Ich is my favorite.
Froggen.
Yep.
Yeah. So
basically answer that on the Facebook page. You could stand a chance to win Razor gear, so I mean, don't miss out on it. But what's going to be happening tomorrow is we're going to have 2 additional other games. You will see us tomorrow. We will be the main stream, and
we're going to see MLE against Cal Hunters for the first match, and the second match will be TPA against SGS. So we're going to see how well SGS
could fare against Taipei.
You see today, they lost the early game, but if you play against Taipei Assassins now, if you lose the early game, it's going to be devastating. They're going to stomp onto you, take every single advantage away from you. And we're just going to see how well Singapore Sentinels is going to respond to this. And for the first game, both MLE and Cal Hunters, they have had both strong showings against each other. And we're going to see how well these 2 plays off. And
I don't know. I'm excited, and so is Ducky for tomorrow. This is me, Pseudo, as Pool Party 6.
And this is me, as Pink Fairy Gargles. I hope my message reached to Ellie. Well, let's see. What's it again?
It's Ellie, Liliana, Marcella, Tan.
Oh, Marcella. So I hope my message of love reaches Ellie, Marcella.
Give her a kiss.
Liliana, Tan. No, it's not. A kiss is too simple. You must be like, with the wand, the magic flying through the screen right there, grossing everyone on the screen, and just for Ellie right there.
And just for everyone, what a balloon!
Oh no! Stay away though. Do not wet me.
Today, TeddyTibbers is so much like a girl. He's even afraid of water and water balloons.
Don't touch me. And so that's it for today. We'll see you again tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Bye guys.
Good night. Okay, they hate this.